Hey, yeah, I know it's recording. And I am Dr. Fuck, and with me is
Oh yeah, the Ayatollah alcoholic Ian Wadley, Wadzilla. What's up, baby?
how you doing, Wadzilla?
Nice, man. It's good to be back home. It's been a minute, man. Life is a motherfucker, man. I'm
Well, that's
glad.
I've noticed that's what the kids say.
Yeah.
You got that from the kids.
What did the kids say?
Oh, I haven't seen that in a minute.
Yeah.
That's what the
Yeah.
kids say.
Yeah. It's 6 and 7 or whatever the fuck the kids say now.
Oh,
It's terrible.
those whippersnappers. Yeah, right on. Yeah, we're back. And I just was going to go into a conversation with Ian about Rocky. And I said, no, you know what? Let me save it for the show. So I'm going to do it. I was telling Ian, I'm a very active person, but at night, I like to kick back on the couch and look at my 77-inch 4K TV. And yesterday, I got all the Rockies on 4K. I bought the box. I think it's called the Ultimate Knockout Box for
There you
Rocky.
go.
And the first thing I watched, because I didn't know it was on there, I go, oh shit, it has both versions of Rocky 4.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
The original and then the one Stallone did. I've never seen the one Stallone edited, ever.
You know what? I have it and I still haven't watched it yet.
Well, I don't know if you're going to agree with me, but it blows the original
Really?
out of the water. It has a different
Okay.
ending. It has scenes that weren't in the movie. Oh my God. You know what? I love Rocky 4 except for the movie. I like the fight and shit. But
Yeah.
the robot and Polly and
Yeah.
all that shit's out of the movie. What they did keep in the movie that was so of the time is when Rocky gets all pissed and in his car and they go into an MTV music video. That's
Oh, that montage is awesome.
well, they left it in. They left that in.
Okay, good, good.
That I didn't like that much. Whatever.
Yeah.
And I want the fucking gonna fly now when he's working out, not no fucking I don't know that 80s shit. That everything before, because you know what? After I watched 4, I went right to 3. And I'll say this. I mean, I know all of them by heart, but I will tell you this. My favorite fight in every Rocky movie is Rocky 2. That's
Yes.
my favorite fight. But
That's my favorite Rocky is Rocky 2.
it's mine's the first one. But yeah, Rocky 2 will be my second favorite. And the best bad guy in any Rocky movie, Mr. T, man.
Oh
Without
yeah.
Clubber Lang was so perfect because if you really watched Mr. T back in the day doing talk shows, that was
Yeah.
he was that serious in talk shows.
Yeah.
He didn't take no shit. He's lightened up through the years, but he was mean, and that's how he was in that movie. And it's so fucking listen, woman, listen, woman.
Why
Yeah,
don't you cut up to a real man?
dude, that shit was awesome. I love Mr. T, man. Mr. T was
That's Rocky 3 though. Yeah, yeah. I love Rocky 3.
Rocky 3. Rocky 3.
But yeah, no, I remember like when Rocky 4 came out, man, that was like a hard string of Sylvester Stallone movies for me because it was like First Blood Part 2, Rocky 4, and Cobra, you know? And I love them all, but it's like a downgrade of what he had done before. You know what I mean?
I can't agree with you more, especially Cobra.
I
Cobra,
love Cobra, but it's terrible, you
no,
know?
yeah, that's what I was about to say. It's a fun popcorn movie. That's
Right.
what it is. It's a movie you walk into and you
Yeah.
realize you're about to watch fucking 90 minutes of bullshit. And I'll tell you, this is the funniest thing that happened to me in a theater. I saw Cobra in the theater.
Me too.
And about, I don't know, 45 minutes into the movie, there's a scene where Sylvester Stallone crashes through the second floor of a municipal parking. Remember that scene?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This old lady in front of me stood up and like, that's enough, and left.
No, but I mean, I remember, I know what's funny is I saw all three of those theaters in the same theater, the town cinema. And that's where all like, this is where the Charles Bronson movies would go, or the exploitation movies would go. All the bad movies, even if they're good, the bad movies would go. And like it started with Rambo 2, and I was like, I liked it, but compared to First Blood, get the fuck out of here, man.
Well,
You know?
Rambo 2, all of a sudden he became a superhero.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's ridiculous. And then you get Rambo, or Rocky 4, which again, I liked. I had the soundtrack on cassette, but compared to the first three Rockies,
Yeah,
get the fuck out of here.
Dude, do me a favor. Watch what I'm telling you. This shit is up there with the first three.
Okay, I got it. I need to check it out, man.
Cuts out all the bullshit. It even begins differently. And
Okay.
It's so well made. And there's scenes that weren't in the original, It's just a really well made movie.
I'm hoping that he redoes Rocky 5 and his son's not a bitch. That'd be cool too,
Boy, that was the worst
Rocky.
one.
Oh, by far. By far. That shit's terrible.
Yeah.
Well, right, dude, I'm so glad you're enjoying your new TV and you're getting into the 4K and everything. I've been waiting. I've been wanting to. I know you're buying all this shit. It's like I got to get with you and see what you got already because I want to buy you something in 4K, like something really cool. But I know you keep adding your collection. I think that's fucking awesome.
The Twilight Zone has like 120 episodes, so I'm sure if it's on 4K, it'll be something like $400 or $500. That's what I want.
Yeah. Hey, I wish they'd put the Twilight Zone on 4K. I've got it on HD. I ain't got it on 4K.
Hey man, I got that shit on Blu-ray, and I've been watching that. You know what I watched? The day he died, the Robert Redford episode where he was
That's a good one. That's a good one.
When he was the Grim Reaper, it was awesome. Yeah. It was. I was like, so I had I have a little AI thing on my phone. I'm like, what episode was Robert Redford in Twilight Zone? And it told me the season. I have the complete series, so I watched.
I love it. I've got Twilight Zone. I've got Night Gallery. I've got The Outer Limits. I've got all that shit on Blu-ray, which is the highest quality it's on right now. I tell you what, still my favorite Twilight Zone is the one with Burgess Meredith, where he, the bomb goes off and he loses his glasses.
Yeah.
I fucking love that shit.
Wasn't he in another one too? I'm trying to think. I think Burgess.
I think Burgess Meredith did like 3 Twilight Zones.
Okay. Yeah.
But that's my favorite is the one where he's like the bookworm.
That's the infamous one. Yeah. He had all the books in the world to read for the rest of the day.
Yeah. His wife's finally dead, but he can't read.
Again, what an amazing actor, Burgess Meredith. As Mickey, fucking awesome.
Oh, and fucking both Grumpy Old Men movies, incredible in those.
How about Magic? You ever seen Magic?
Oh yeah, with Anthony Hopkins and him, yeah.
And the puppet.
Yeah, good movie.
I saw that in the theater when it was new.
Oh wow, nice. No, I love that movie. I didn't see it in the theater though, but awesome.
No, I'm an old guy. That shit. I was like maybe 13 when that came out.
No, I don't even think. No, no, you weren't even that old. Magic came out like in 78 or 79.
Yeah, I was 13 in 78.
Were you? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was 65.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. In Hialeah, here where I live, probably still happening.
Oh, dude. That's funny you say Hialeah. So I land in fucking Vegas. I just got back. That's why we didn't record last week. There's always a story why we don't record. But last weekend I was in Vegas. So I land in Vegas and I got this big Latina picks me up in an Uber, me and my buddy. And she's like, yeah, I moved here a couple years ago from Miami. I was like, oh, Miami. I'm like, my buddy, man. My buddy's, visit him in Miami Beach. I go, now he lives in Hialeah. She's like, Hialeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, no, no shit. Hialeah, dude, this place is a nightmare. I always say Hialeah is the greatest place on earth as long as I don't leave the house. I'm indoors in Hialeah. I love Hialeah. But seriously, going anywhere in Hialeah, and if you got to buy something in Hialeah, like when I go visit my mom at the beach, I go buy grocery shopping on the beach. I'm done with Hialeah as far as that. I got to get far from here. The fucking idiots.
But
But
that was funny. Made me think of you. But so I can't remember. I was telling you before we started recording this show that the last show we did, the Dio Strange Highways, is the first episode that is ever like total blackout for me. I don't remember anything. Did we talk about you going to see Bruce Dickinson?
yes.
Did you like it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I loved it. I go watch the episode.
Okay.
I'm gonna repeat.
Well, no. That's why I'm saying. Give me cliff notes if we already went over this. But it was a good show. Okay, awesome.
Go watch the episode.
Okay, and then
That episode would be brand new to you.
I know, right? And then I think you had seen the Who. How was that shit? Did we talk about that?
But that was a long time ago. We must have. That's been like maybe 2 months already.
Well, no, that's the thing. We've only recorded a couple shows in the last 2 months.
I saw Michael Schenker. Oh, here's a show I did just last week. Zetro.
Oh, you went to Zetro. How was that?
Unbelievable. I've taken that guy for granted.
Really?
I've always
Wow.
dug him.
Right.
And he was so. I mean, this solo show I thought was better than when I see him with Exodus.
Well, that's the thing with Zetro. It's like I was pretty sure Zetro was going to be good, but I was wondering what his band would be like. But
They're
it was
awesome.
all good, huh?
They're awesome.
Nice.
And here's the thing: the guitar player for Zetro, his name is Zach. He loves my channel, and he hit me up,
Oh, nice.
and he goes, "Hey man, I'll get you. I'll get you on the guest list. You know."
Oh, nice.
And I was like, cool. Yeah, all right. So then he hits me up later. Oh, you want Zetro to do your show? Okay. So Zetro did our show. And then he hits me up later. Hey, you want to be the VIP of the show and introduce all the bands?
Oh, wow.
I was like, oh, all right. All right. During the first band, I was outside talking to friends. The first band played. So I didn't get to introduce them. Then the next band are my buddies, Made of Metal, with Paolo and all the people. And and Paolo's like, use my mic, introduce it. I go, all right. And I'm talking to a friend, and this guy wanted a Combat CD. I'm selling Combat CD. Oh, I got it in my car. I go sell him the Combat CD, right? I come back, the band's already playing. I'm like, oh, fuck it. I ended up not introducing anybody. And I even told, I was like, it didn't really matter. You know what I'm saying? It didn't matter. But yeah, not only did Zetro do Exodus, but he did a shitload of Testament.
Nice.
The Testament he wrote.
Yeah, like the legacy shit.
Raging Water, Over the Wall,
Yeah.
Burnt Offerings,
Yeah.
All that shit, Reign of Terror. And all.
Did he do Alone in the Dark?
No, man. And that's one he co-wrote.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I love that fucking song.
That may be my second favorite Testament song ever after Apocalyptic City.
Oh, dude, it's right there with me, dude. I love that fucking. Well, cool. Hey, now that you're all buddies with Zetro, maybe get him on our show. That'd be cool.
Well, anyway, so he played some really deep Exodus songs that they like Seeds of Hate.
Nice.
Verbal Razors.
Wow.
One of my favorite is Verbal Razors. He opened with Deranged.
Nice.
He did a bunch of shit from
Did
Tempo
he do shit? Did he do shit list?
Shit List. No,
What
Blacklist.
or blacklist?
Yeah,
Off a tempo. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
he did Blacklist. He did War's My Shepherd. He did a couple songs off that one. It was amazing, and he was so solid, and he sang
Nice.
great, and he gave 110%, and there were about 60. There were about 60 people there.
Wow.
And according to Zach, guitar player, there were even less people at the Brass Mug in Tampa where they played.
Oh, that's a shame.
But he still delivered. And there was a really cool Zetro shirt that he was wearing. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I get that shirt. It just showed him like a cartoon of him sitting on a throne with skulls. So I
Yeah.
buy a shirt, and she's like, oh, cash only. I was like, damn,
Oh man.
that's old school. I didn't have no cash.
What night was it on? Was it a school night?
Saturday, man.
Oh, damn. Damn. That sucks, man.
I've been torn of not. I've been not wanting to go, but I think I am going to go at the same club, which I'll be surprised if 60 people show up to that too. Is Category 7.
Yeah, I would go even though the album left me like just to see those guys live, you
Yeah,
know.
I'm thinking of going.
Uh
I think
I,
I
I would I would go to that. But you're probably right. I mean, shit, if that was the attendance for Zetro. But then again, maybe some people were like me. I was worried about like how it would be musically. Like, is he just getting some humps that aren't going to be able to like thrash out the way you want to hear that shit?
that band.
But no, you're saying everybody did great. You
That
know,
band was tight, tight,
tight, tight, tight.
tight.
No, that's awesome. Okay, cool. I actually.
Oh wait, I saw another show too.
Oh yeah, who?
Dark Angel, Sacred Right,
Oh,
Hyrax, and
oh shit.
all
And
one.
who? And
Void.
who?
Void.
Oh, not Voivod. Okay, Void. Okay.
I never heard of Void in my life. They fucking blew my mind.
No
Honestly,
shit.
honestly, I think they were the best band there.
What? How would you categorize them?
Thrashy. They were. It was thrashy. That's all I can say. It's thrashy. Some of it's kind of grindy. And they have a lot of videos out. Dude, I was so blown away. I went and bought both their CDs and a shirt.
I'll check them out. Void,
Yeah.
huh? Just Void. VOID.
Yeah. And it's really awesome about them? They're all thrashy, they kick ass, but they wear puffy shirts. Like, the Seinfeld episode?
No shit.
They
Like,
wear-
like, like, like they're in an 80s Ingve video.
Yeah, exactly. They're like they're very well dressed, but they don't sound it. It's awesome. And I got to meet them. I met the singer.
What are they, Canadian? What's wrong with them?
Oh, no, they're an American band.
Oh,
I think they're
okay.
from Chicago. I could be wrong.
Yeah, you're probably wrong because no good bands come from Chicago.
Cheap Trick.
They're from Rockford. I mean seriously, like Chicago bands, you have like I like Chicago, the band, but like Smashing Pumpkins,
Ew.
yeah. Chicago bands suck. Sticks suck,
Hey. I'm a little bummed because I'm a big fan of Joseph Staub and Jerry. They're doing a Styx podcast now.
Oh, well, I was going to get into this later, but yeah, I feel bad because right while we're recording is the premiere episode of the Joseph Staub Garage.
I just literally saw that now. I was like, oh, I'd love to listen to Joseph's radio.
Oh, yeah, I'll get into it later and
I'm sure he'll
apologize.
play shit. I'm sure he'll play garbage because he likes shit like Prince. But still, he likes Styx, so that's good enough for me to tune in.
Sticks it in you. Yeah, Stick sucks. Okay, so Hyrax, man. How was Hyrax, man? That shit had to be good.
Hyrax. Yeah, them and Void stole the show. None against Dark Angel. Dark Angel was awesome. Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong. And I think their music is better than all bands. You know,
yeah.
Darkness Descend to me is up there with Rain and Blood. It's the greatest thrash album ever. But there was something about the energy of not only Void but Hyrax.
Yeah.
Sacred Reich blows. I'm sorry, they blow.
Yeah.
They
Do you
blow.
just was it a political thing or you just thought they sucked?
No, because I love the first album. Ignorance,
Okay.
and Ignorance is a very political album.
Yeah. Well, all their shit is. I'm a big
I'll
Sacred
tell
Reich
you.
fan.
I'll tell you why I hate Sacred Reich. The
But
main.
you know what I hate? That I hate 32 flavors.
I was, about, I was about to bring that up. That is the most. It makes me feel woke when I listen to 32 Flavors because
Yeah.
fuck you. Oh, don't only listen to metal. Listen to fuck you. Look, you know me. I love ABBA to Immortal. I'm out of that equation of what he's singing to. But I know my
Right.
friend Lawyer John that gets me out of speeding tickets, Morbid Mario. These are guys that I've known since 1987. And all they do is listen to metal. One guy's a lawyer, the other guy's a fucking teacher. So hey, fuck you. Let people listen to only metal. They did well for themselves. They,
I like them though.
I hate
I'm sorry. They were
that. No, dude, I'm telling you, ignorance. And also, I like the Surf Nicaragua EP, some of it. And they did play some of it. They played Death Squad. They played One Nation, and I'm watching it. It was like, boy, these guys need to go to a gym or something. You know.
uh,
It
but you
just
don't like Independence, right? I like Independence.
and they played that crap too.
Oh, I love that song.
I hate the American way. Yeah,
Wow. I love you don't like Don't Blame Me? I love that song.
thank God they didn't play it. They didn't play it. They played Love and Hate. I didn't like that one either.
Oh, but Death Angel headlined
No, Dark Angel.
or Dark Angel. That's what I meant.
Yeah,
Hold on, I got to hear about that. I got to pee, but I'm curious about Dark Angel because so much shit's going on about them right now. I'll be right back. Just entertain our audience with some ethnic jokes. I'll be right back.
all right. What did the white guy say? What did the white guy say to the spick? Learn English, you spick. Say, hey, look, I'm Cuban. I'm allowed to say that. It's okay. I'm Cuban. Can't get in trouble for that, can I? Anyway, why did the spick cross the street? Because it needed to cross the street, Spicks are just like you. You know what I mean? To get to the other side. Yeah. I do that when I cross the street. All right, let's see some other joke. I gotta keep it in the spick jokes. If I venture out of that, it's offensive and not right. All right. Why don't sharks attack spicks? Because sharks don't like the taste of dog vomit. Yeah. Hey, I'm saying, you know, I'm gonna see if Ian knows this joke.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, since you've been gone, all I've been doing is ethnic jokes, but
Nice.
only spick ethnic jokes.
Oh, that's terrible. That's being woke.
No, no, no,
You
no.
got to make.
Oh, if I go out of this, talk about others. So, all right, here's a joke for you, Ian.
Yes.
Why don't sharks attack spicks?
Why don't sharks attack spicks? I don't know why.
Because they don't like the taste of dog vomit.
That's terrible. That's not even funny.
No, no, it's not meant to be funny. It's meant to be a spick telling spick jokes. You know what I'm saying?
You're no Don Rickles.
Hey,
Okay.
Don Rickles rules, man. Don
Yes,
Rickles,
he does.
that guy, sometimes he would give a comeback that makes no sense at all. Has nothing to do with nothing. and people crack up because his delivery was so brutal. Don,
Well, it's not only that, but he had that face. And you know what? I used to laugh when you talk about like how Eddie Murphy isn't funny anymore because he doesn't have that face.
yeah,
Uh, and I kind of get that because Don Rickles is one of those guys, like no matter what he said, he would just give you that smug look after with that face, and you die laughing, you know.
did you
So
did you
I
ever
guess I
hear
get it.
did you ever hear the Don Rickles story when he went up to Frank Sinatra and he said, "Hey, look, Frank, I'm with the lady over there. It would really impress her if you came up to the table and said hi." And Frank Sinatra is like, "All right, I'll do it." Right. So Don Rickles goes and he's trying to charm the lady, and Frank comes up. "Hey, Don, how you doing?" He goes, "Hey, Frank, can't you see I'm busy here?"
Yeah. Love that shit.
Oh,
Love it.
fools. All right. So anyway, hey, let's get into the news, I guess, right?
Well, no, 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 no. Hold on. What about Dark Angel?
Huh?
Because Dark Angel.
Oh, yeah, Dark.
Because here's the thing. People all over the internet are dropping a big hot fucking deuce on their new album, saying how horrible this new Dark Angel album is.
All right.
And
Um,
I don't know. I heard one song. I heard one song. I have it. I haven't listened to the whole thing. I heard one song and I was like, I don't mind it. It wasn't like earth shattering, to where like I got to check out the whole album. But I'm like, I don't mind that song. But man, the whole internet is taking a hot steam and shit on this fucking band. So I'm curious because I know you like it more than me. Because here's the thing, like, you really like Darkness Descends, the classic one.
and
And
leave
my whole
leave scars is a close second.
Okay. Well, you really love that one, and that's considered like, landmark shit. My problem with that was the vocals. I didn't really care for that singer. I like the guy that was, that followed him, who I believe is the still the current singer.
Yeah, yeah, he's on leave scars.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, I
Uh,
don't get me wrong. I like him more. I do like him more, singer, but I love the vocals on Darkness Descent. But yeah, I gotta say, I do like that guy's vocals more.
yeah, yeah. So that's where I'm at, and it's not, hey, jury's still out because it's not something I grew up on. So I might change my opinion. Same way I'd change my opinion on King Diamond. Same way I'd change my opinion on Bobby Blitz. You know.
Well,
Uh,
I heard that new Dark Angel song like maybe a month or so ago, and
yeah.
I didn't like it at all. I mean, at all.
Okay.
So,
Okay. So you're like a lot of people on the internet. What did you
yeah.
think about the live show?
Now here's the thing. I haven't heard the Dark Angel album yet, but what I did was I went and looked at the set list and
Right.
I wanted to see what new songs they played. I wanted to hear those songs before the show. I didn't want to
Right.
the rest of the album yet. I heard all three of those songs. It was three songs, I believe. I didn't like either one of them. So yeah. And then when they played it live, it wasn't, oh shit, oh man, it hurt. It was more like, yeah, just get it over with. Get to the classic, get to Burning of Sodom. Um,
Yeah.
they were awesome though. They were awesome. They were incredible. I've
Okay.
seen Dark Angel back in the early 90s,
Yeah.
open for Overkill on the Years of Decay tour.
Oh wow.
That was what was the name of the album after Leave Scars? Whatever tour that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw them open. That was the last time I saw Overkill Bobby.
So it
Augusta.
sounds like you saw a good show then.
It was awesome. It was an awesome.
Okay. Well, good for you because, I saw a show during our recent hiatus that wasn't so good. I don't know if you saw my post that I put on the Facebook page,
No, I didn't.
uh, but I was in Las Vegas to go see my horrible Las Vegas Raiders.
Did they
And
did they lose?
yes, by 1 point at the last minute. Yeah, terrible. But so we're there, and this is my childhood best friend grew up with my Saint and brother. And I was like, yeah, we're in Vegas. What are we gonna do? And he goes, Motley Crue's playing. And I was like, I'm just laughing. I'm like, yeah, whatever. He goes, fuck it. What else are we gonna do? He goes, let's go laugh at fucking Motley Crue. And then I was like, yeah, you got a point. And Vegas, which I gotta say, fuck Vegas. Vegas sucks. At least the Vegas that I got to witness, it's so overpriced, so much bullshit. I mean, I had so much fun with my best friend, but like other than that, like Vegas can suck a dick straight up.
Well, you know that Vegas is going through a lot of financial troubles.
Oh yeah, no, we got there. We got there. They had a special. We landed. Both of us got there on Thursday. They had a special that ran that Monday through Friday. That was like all the casinos and everybody got together because nobody is going to Vegas anymore. And I could see why after being there. But anyway, he's like, "Fuck it, let's go to Vegas." He's like, "I brought a shit ton of mushrooms. Let's go laugh at Motley Crue." And I'm like, "Okay." So we go Friday night to see fucking Motley Crue under the influence of psilocybin. And whoo. But I gotta say, for Vegas, it was cheap. It was $55 a ticket. They're doing their residency. Um, it was sparsely attended.
Oh,
I will
really?
say that.
It wasn't packed?
Oh no. Oh God, no. I mean, there was shit on the floor, but it was so funny, like, cause I'm going online to see the tickets, cause he's like, let's go to Motley Crue. I'm like, I'm kind of limited on what I'm going to spend to go see fucking Motley Crue. Okay, um, so like there was shit like three grand if you're in like their little pit, in the beginning. I'm like, yeah, hell no. No, I paid $55 to see Motley Crue. And the only reason I paid that is because I looked at all the other shows that were in town. Like the Who was there while we were there. And they fucking forget about it. I'm not paying what they were charging to see the Two, because that ain't the fucking Who. That's the Two. I'm like, yeah, I ain't paying that shit. So anyway, yeah, we get there. Yeah, it was about a half filled arena, I'll say that. Typical Motley Crue show. Visuals were incredible, really good. Just like because Ralph, you and I saw these shows. We saw the farewell tour. We saw the Circus Olay shit they did and all that shit. Great visual shows. Um, the highlight, no Tommy Lee drum solo. I couldn't believe it. There was no Tommy Lee drum solo.
Stop doing that.
Yeah, I had no idea. I had no, because I mean, I saw him on the farewell, when it was the
Yeah,
roller coaster.
yeah, that stadium show. He didn't do
Oh,
no.
really? He didn't do a drum solo there either. Okay, but
Uh,
here's the thing: it was the same exact set list as the stadium tour. Not one fucking like hidden gem, you know, Motley Crue hidden gem. But you know what I mean? Not it was the same fucking set list. It was fucking terrible. Vince was he was there. That's all I'm gonna say. John Five did a great job. I got to give it up to him. Nikki, I don't believe was plugged in. Uh, you know, it was something to laugh at. I felt bad, because we were sitting next to this guy. He's so excited. He had just got out of the U.S. Army. And this was his thing. He's like, I just retired from the military. I'm in Vegas. I'm going to see Motley Crue. And at the end of the show, he said, I saw less bombs in Gaza. You know, true story. Yeah, it was fucking horrible. Look at you with your Pat Benatar all up by the mic. I like that shit. You got your
yeah.
Pat Benatar. I got my fucking Clockwork Orange. Nice.
I got Clockwork Orange on 4K.
Oh, you already okay? Well, there's one I don't have to buy for you then.
I got Blue Velvet on 4K.
Me too. I know. I know. I gotta wait. I gotta wait. Like your birthday's in February, right?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, I got.
by the way, I don't know if you remember this because you blacked out on the last episode.
Yeah.
You asked me to do a track by track for you for your birthday.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
and I already did it. So
Oh.
I have it scheduled for your birthday. And in the video, I'm saying, God, I hope we're alive.
Yeah, because my birthday's in May.
Yeah, I'm like, what you fucked up? You're watching me talk now, talking about I might be dead when this is airing.
Oh, I can't wait. Wow, holy shit, because that's a long time and I have no idea what I asked for, so that's amazing.
I think it was a black.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me. I want a surprise. Okay.
Yeah,
But yeah, so
schedule.
so Motley Crue was fucking wow. But here's what I thought. Like, even at the $55, I was like, do I want to pay that shit to see this shitty fucking band? And I already saw the set list they were doing. It was horrible. But then I was like, you know what? Do reconnaissance, or however the fuck you say it. Because Sammy Hagar is going to do a residency. So I wanted to scope out the place, see what security's like, so I could sneak in there and do a fucking Charlie Kirk on that motherfucker, that's what I'm going to do, better yet, I'm going to get one of our listeners to do it because I'm too pretty to go to jail, but I'll talk one of our listeners into doing it, but man, I'm thinking like if Motley Crue sold this bad, what the fuck is that hack gonna do? Like who's gonna go see that shit? Other than Steve Kirsch, who took his daughter, which I think is child abuse. I called him out on it. That's fucking horrible. But then I was so pissed off because I found out that Sammy's shit isn't even gonna be at the same fucking venue. Like Sammy's shit is going to be at the Elks Lodge in Reno. It's not even in Vegas, So I'm like, fuck, all that money for nothing. But you know what? Fuck it. I went and saw Motley Crue on mushrooms in Vegas. Que sera. What are you gonna do?
I only did mushrooms once in the '80s and it didn't work.
Really?
So I've never done mushrooms in my life. Because they'd never been around me. They were around me in spring break in Fort Lauderdale. And I did some 1984, by the way. I was like very young. And the guy was like, hey, man, the best way to do mushrooms, you have to eat mushrooms and drink beer. I said, all right.
That's what I did.
I ate mushrooms and drank beer. Nothing happened. I got a little drunk off the beer. Yeah. That's about it. So I never really legitimately been high on mushrooms.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it is.
Well, fortunately, though, you didn't have to do it and see Motley Crue, so there you go.
I've done acid plenty of times.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've done it. I forgot I did it with you.
Yeah. A couple of times.
It's true.
Once together and once over there. And we need to get some more so we can do Flesh and Blood,
Which I have heard, by the way, because somebody did a track by track, donated.
Oh,
it's hilarious, like the other three.
Oh my God. No. And what's funny is there's a song on the album we're reviewing today that sounds like, a song on that album, which is terrible, but we'll get into that later. But, okay. Again, because the whole Blackout last episode, did you talk about Michael Schenker or no?
Yeah, I did.
Was it good?
Go watch that episode, dude.
Okay. Okay. Can you tell me this? Was it with that the dude who quit fucking Skid Row? Was it with the Eric Skidmark guy?
It was some dude that looked like the singer from Accept, that Mark Trujillo guy.
Okay. But you liked it?
Yeah, he was good. He was passable.
Did they play Sleeping Dogs Lie?
No, they only did UFO.
Ugh.
Actually, the
Oh,
last time I saw MSG was Michael Schenkerfest, and yes, he played that song.
okay. But this current show you saw was just all fucking UFO.
Yeah, he released an album, My Years in UFO.
Right, right. But he just put out a new album. I've got it. I haven't listened to it yet.
Well, he's
But
like,
that's with the dude from Skid Row singing. You know, the American Idol motherfucker with cancer.
oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah. It's called "Don't Sell Your Soul." Just came out. Yeah, I just got it, but I haven't listened to it.
Oh, wow.
You know.
You know, just today I was listening to that Skid Row album with him, the last one. What a singer!
Yeah.
What a voice!
Yeah, he's
That's
got a good voice. You know.
amazing. But yeah, it's a drag. He had to leave. I mean, the guy's got bad luck. He had to leave
Right.
the Michael Schenker tour because his dad got sick. Guy can't
Yeah.
break, man.
Yeah. All right. Well, okay. That's so much for shows. We will go to the news, and let me do a up fresh here to see if any new breaking stories. Oh, this one. This one broke my heart because I thought this shit was gonna get settled, you know, amicably or however the fuck you say that. But original Saliva singer Josie Scott rips Bobby Armu, their new singer, in two new diss tracks called "Who" and "Famous." How do you feel about the different lineups for Saliva?
Who is Saliva?
Oh, they suck.
What's their What's their hit? I'm sure I may know a hit if they have a hit.
I think I'm trying to think. No, that was Nickelback. They're like Nickelback but worse.
Let the heaven shine down. That band. Who?
No, that's Collective Soul.
Oh, see,
uh, I think Saliva had a song from one of the Spider-Man movies.
I don't like Spider-Man movies.
Okay, well, yeah. Well, fuck them. Saliva sucks. Let's see. Jeff Tate performs acoustic at Irish pub in Peoria, Illinois. I gotta say, man, as much as I talked about how like when I saw Jeff Tate solo, you know, when I met fucking Sarzo and all that shit, you know, that great story. Um, Holy fuck, I just saw a recent show that he did. And he's getting ready to release Operation Mindcrime 3. I just saw a recent live show that he did. So bad. I mean seriously, like his singing, like he couldn't fucking hit a nail with a fucking hammer. It
Well,
was it was
he must be under the weather because he's been kicking ass like the past couple of years.
Yeah, no, that's what I thought too of all these videos I saw, but this is like one from like a couple weeks ago.
Maybe
Uh,
maybe
you know,
maybe he was sick. You know,
I don't know. This shit was, you know, he's like playing, you know, he's playing at like a strawberry festival in Uzbekistan, you know, but oh my God, it was so like rough. I was like, oh fuck, you know, and then I'm already scared because, you know, you and I both lived through Operation Mindcrime too. That shit was terrible.
that was
Uh,
Jeff Tate's solo album.
yeah, I know, but it was terrible, you
The
know.
band didn't even play on that album. You know that?
Yeah, no, that was him and that Jackson Slater, whoever produced it or whatever. You know, it was like pretty much those guys and Pro Tools and all this bullshit. Fucking terrible. Even Ryan James Dio couldn't say that shit.
Nope.
But yeah, so there's that. Gary Holt says the new Exodus album is done and every song is an anthem. Um, I gotta say, I'm optimistic about the new Exodus. I did not hate the Rob Dukes era. Didn't hate it. Wasn't like, you know, the classic shit to me, but I wasn't like dead set against it. So I'm hoping it's a good one. You got a good feeling or you think it's gonna suck?
No, I liked Shovel Kill Machine. Was that the name of it?
Yeah, Shovelhead Kill Machine. That's a good album.
But I didn't like the next one with him.
Yeah, well, they did two of the expedition or whatever, A
Wasn't it
and
like,
B.
was it, yeah, Exhibit A or some shit like that?
Yeah, yeah, Exhibit A and Exhibit B, and then I know you hated the re-recording of Bonded by Blood,
So,
uh, but you did like Shovelhead though, huh?
I did like, and I saw them. I saw them with Rob Dukes.
How was he live? Was it good?
Yeah, it was great. It was
Yeah,
great.
I had a chance to see him, and I passed it up because it was a fucking school night. But I was like, oh, I really want to go because at that point I'd never seen Exodus. And then the next time I got to see him was when they opened up for King Diamond. And I thought they were amazing, but unfortunately Gary Holt was with Slayer. So it was Lee Atlas and I believe the other guitar player from Heathen that were handling guitars, but it was a really good show. I mean, Zetro was there, you know, our buddy Gibson was there, and of course Tom on drums and shit. I thought they kicked ass, you know, but I would really like. Can you imagine seeing a fucking Exodus show with no Gary Holt? You know, it's bad enough that fucking Rick Holton ain't there anymore. But I will say Lee Atlas kicks ass, you know, and I'm a big Heathen fan too. I like Heathen a lot.
Yeah, that show I saw with Rob Dukes, that was with Creator.
Oh, nice. I've never seen Creator.
That was a wicked show. That was like my
Yeah.
third time seeing Creator.
Never seen Creator, never seen Sodom. I've seen Destruction with Sepultura.
I saw Destruction with Creator.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, at one time toured together, and I filmed it. I filmed that with a tripod. You know, I was
Nice.
headbanging, not even watching the show. I had my little camera tripod.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Have you
that's
seen Sodom?
never seen Sodom, and that's my
Oh,
favorite. That's my favorite of the.
oh, I'm the same. I'm
But
the
I
same. I love Sodom.
I did meet Angel Ripper,
Oh, really?
on the 70 tons of metal cruise. I
Yeah.
I hung out. I didn't go on the cruise. I hung out there to meet the bands coming in, and that was like one of the main guys I wanted to meet.
Nice.
Super cool dude, very tall and very metal. I love Sodom so much, but Sodom never plays, man, not down here ever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've seen Creator. I only saw Destruction once. I didn't see them back. No, that's not true. I saw Destruction in '88 with the Chromax,
Oh,
and,
wow.
and I still got that flyer. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, I saw Destruction back then once. I saw Creator like on Coma Souls. I saw another early one, maybe '8. But there was a killer, like kind of death metal, black metal band opening for Creator on that Coma Souls tour called Morgoroth. I love Morgoroth.
No shit.
I don't know
Well,
what,
and it,
huh?
that's where, well, no, like a lot of people bitch about Creator because Creator's done like a lot of different styles and shit. But I've always loved, like, even when Creator takes those, like, you know, detours, I still think they kick ass. But Sodom is definitely my favorite of those three.
Oh yeah.
So, all right, let's see what else. Oh, this is interesting. I'll be a first day buyer for this shit. Testament's Chuck Billy says Souls of Black album is being remixed for late 25, early 26 release. And it sounds really good because I know you like Souls of Black even more than me. Uh, but I think we both agree there is a very thin production on that.
I,
And
I can't tell.
yeah, but what's cool though is he says they have the original like masters for Souls of Black. So this isn't going to be like, you know, with a lot of these, it's a remasters. They just take whatever copy they have and try to tighten it up. They have the original, like everything they've recorded. So this thing can kind of be remixed the same way that Steve Wilson does those Black Sabbaths, where he can like, okay, I'm going to bring this up in the mix. I'm going to, you know, take that down. So it's like, to me, it's like, I'm very like, wow, the possibilities on that, because that shit that Steve Wilson's done with Black Sabbath is amazing to me. you know. In fact, you have a video up that I haven't got to watch yet. It's saved in my favorites. I'm gonna watch it, where you compare the original Technical Ecstasy to Steve Wilson's, and I'm very curious to see your opinion on that because to me, that's one of the best examples I've ever heard of an album remixed where you can hear like you're not distorting, you're not changing what's done, but you're fucking with the levels and what's brought up and what's emphasized. Um, and I just thought he did a fucking amazing job. So I'm can't wait to watch that video of yours. And that makes me excited that this same process is going to go on for Souls of Black. And Chuck Billy also mentions in the interview that they have all of the first 6 albums that they did. They got all that shit back from Atlantic, so it's the Legacy through Low. They got back, and they're going to be able to reissue because they did a remix for the Legacy. They did a remix for the New Order. Practice What You Preach, they just did kind of like a remaster, but they're going to do this. And then he said next one's going to be The Ritual, which I like, you don't like. But man, what they could do with Low. And I think we're both a fan of Low, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. And I'm really liking the 2 songs I heard so far for the new album.
The first one, had a little bit too much of black metal for my liking. It was just too like, I don't know. See, that's the thing for me. Ever since fucking Skolnick's come back, it's like Skolnick's back for the money, and that's it. You know what I mean? It's like Peterson's doing all the heavy lifting, all the writing, and he loves black metal and all that shit. So all that's coming through. It's like Skolnick shows up, signs his name, gets paid, does a guitar solo. I want to see him more in the writing because that first song I was like, this doesn't even fucking sound like Testament to me.
That's
and
what
then I
I
heard
like. That's what I like.
I know you think they're Disney metal, but then I heard Shadow People, the second song, and I was like, now this is fucking Testament to me. I really love the second song. So we'll see. I'm hoping that first song is like the anomaly and not like the template for the whole album.
I like both songs a lot. I was very impressed.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, it's not even coming up on my list yet, but let's talk about it. Megadeth is retiring. They're putting out their last album, which I found out now is going to be simply titled Megadeth. I don't like that. You get one chance. You get one chance to call your fucking album after your band, and then it's done. I don't like it when, the Beatles should have officially called it the White Album. The Black Album can suck a dick straight up anyway. But apparently this album's just being called Megadeth. But what did you think of the first single, Tipping Point?
I don't care. Look, it sounds like Megadeth. Not, taking nothing away. It's tight, killer riffs. But overall, the song, it's like Megadeth blew their load a long time ago with me. It's like they can't really write songs as good as the early stuff. There's some good ones, but I can't say any of them come close to My Last Words or Looking Down the Cross or, man, today I heard on Shuffle, what's the last song on So Far So Good So What? The PMRC song. That's God damn it. Hook and Mouth.
Hook and Mouth, yeah. Love Hook and Mouth.
Man, I heard that today. I love that early Megadeth shit. Where I hear them now, it's not like I think it sucks. It sounds like Megadeth. It's tight, it's fast, there's great guitar playing, but it just doesn't. To me, it sounds like the last album.
I wouldn't say that. I listened to it. Today was my second listen to it. At first listen, I was like, not bad. Okay. Better than that sick, dead, and dying fucking shit. I thought that was like a bunch of filler. To me, that's like what you call fucking testament, like Disney metal or whatever. You know, that's what I thought Sick, Dead, and Dying was. Major step down from Dystopia, which I thought was a very much like a step in the right direction.
Yeah,
But
Dystopia and Endgame are the two better ones from the
yeah,
radio.
no, I agree. But when I heard it on the second listen today and watched the actual video for it, I thought two things. Like, whoo, Dave Mustaine looks old. Like he looks like no wonder he's retiring. He looks fucking old. But uh man, I thought the song fucking ripped. He's got Timu, who's like, I can't tell the difference between Timu and Cuckoo and, all the other fucking, whatever. I like them all better than Marty Freeman. Uh, you know, Marty Freeman, ugh, whatever, fucking Jap loving fuck. Um, doesn't do anything for me. I'd take fucking Chris Poland any day over Marty Freeman. Um, but no, I liked the song, man. I thought it kicked ass. I was like, okay, all right, this is if you're gonna go out, if the rest of the songs are of that quality and of that speed, what I'm scared about is it's gonna be that one song, and then the rest are gonna be like a turd Lamont, and that kind of fucking crap, or they're gonna throw in a trust, or you know what everybody's beloved She Wolf that still sucks dick. She Wolf sucks.
That's a decent song.
Ugh, so overrated. So overrated. I'd rather hear Angry Again than fucking She Wolf.
Oh, I don't like.
I
Yeah, I don't like that one.
oh, I love Angry Again. But no, I thought it was good, man. The problem is
You know why you like Angry Again?
why?
Because you're a Raiders fan.
Fair enough.
You go to Raiders games to get angry again.
Fair enough. Um, but yeah, I hope it's good, but I don't know. We'll have to see. I hope they go out strong. You know,
I ain't
we'll
gonna go
see.
see them.
Well, that's another thing I was going to bring up is what's the set list going to be? Because I think that's the biggest thing with Megadeth is out of the big four, they are the worst with the most predictable set list that you're tired of hearing, you know. And I'll always say I think fucking Dave Mustaine is the greatest guitar player of the big four by a country mile. I don't even think it's up for debate. But the set list, man, you know, ever since that fucking Ozfest fucking, what was it, Ozfest 3 or whatever, when I saw them and they're like, what do you want to hear? And we got the whole crowd screaming, Wake Up Dead. And they played Angry in the UK. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, you fucking redheaded piece of fucking shit. You know, God damn it, go fuck themselves. Yeah, horrible set lists for Megadeth. So yeah, I'll probably pass on seeing them live unless I see like, there's multiple shows before me where they're playing like a good mix. But if it ain't got some Conjuring and some good fucking shit off the first 3-4 albums, I'd give two fucks. I don't want to hear no fucking Trust, no fucking a Turd Lamont and all that bullshit.
Yeah, Megadeth. I mean, in my history, looking back at history, Megadeth now in their career has opened for a lot of shitty bands.
Oh yeah, and it's pathetic. It's pathetic that they open up for bands more than fucking Anthrax, which
They
is sad.
no, and Anthrax at least opens up for good bands.
Yeah, I gotta pee. I'll be right back. Go on another rant. I'll be right back.
Yeah, Anthrax. I've seen them open for Slayer. They open for good bands, but Megadeth is like Five Finger Death. And I saw a recent video of Megadeth where they were opening for Disturbed. I don't know, man. I mean, I get it. They want to get some new fans and stuff, but what's this farewell tour? I'd be amazed if it comes to South Florida. It might, I guess. It'll probably play West Palm Beach, which I won't go. That's like a 2 hour drive. I don't think I would drive 2 hours for Megadeth. I really don't care how good the set list is. Unlike Ian, because unlike Ian, I saw Megadeth. I saw the Vital original lineup. I saw the Jeff Young lineup, and I saw the Marty Freeman lineup. You know, from Rust in Peace down, that was peak Megadeth live. Because believe me, every time I've seen them after Rust in Peace, it wasn't as vicious because the magic kind of depleted. You got to remember, at the time of Rust in Peace, they were rivals of Megadeth, of Metallica. Finally, they're up there with Metallica because you got to remember, you know, and I'll educate Ian in case he doesn't know this.
Yeah, educate me.
Back in the 80s, this was the big four. Metallica's always been number one. But in the early days of the big four, Anthrax was number two.
Oh, yeah.
They were right there with Among the Living.
Oh, yeah.
And then Slayer and Megadeth were kind of tied, but I still put Slayer a little above Megadeth. But then
I would agree.
Then when it got to Rust in Peace, Megadeth was number two.
Yep, I agree with that wholehearted.
Slayer was number three, and Anthrax was all the way down to number four. And then after that, Slayer became number two. And it's been that way since.
I completely agree with that. I believe Anthrax started dropping after State of Euphoria.
During State of Euphoria. It flopped.
Right, but what I'm saying though is as far as popularity, because that was one thing like a lot of people were waiting for State of Euphoria, and you know I liked it off the jump, but I didn't like it as much as you know Among the Living and Spreading and all that shit. Man, I remember being excited when I got it. It came with a hologram sticker. Did yours come with a hologram sticker?
Yeah.
I remember I had a lamp above my water bed because it was the fucking 80s. And I put the hologram sticker on there and everything. And but yeah, that's when it dropped. And you bring up a great point. Rust in Peace came out, pushed Megadeth way up top because Megadeth took a big step down when So Far So Good came out.
Yeah, they did.
You know?
They did. But then Countdown ruined them. Countdown was their attempt to be in Metallica.
Yeah.
All right, let's get rid of all the complicated shit. Let's get a little more mainstream and straightforward. And that's what killed them.
Yeah.
But really, by the time Countdown, I mean, it started off strong because of the strength of Rust in Peace. But Countdown, and then Slayer came out with Divine Intervention, and it was kind of a step down for them too. So Slayer, even though Slayer peaked Megadeth through the years, they really still weren't like a big, like the farewell show I saw was at a big amphitheater. But before that, they played the Revolution, which isn't that big. They played the amphitheater in Miami Bayfront, that's not that big. You know, but Megadeth was playing even smaller places.
Oh yeah. When Slayer came out with Divine Intervention, it was one of those things where like people were happy that Slayer was still heavy, but I mean, you got to be honest, Divine Intervention just didn't have the songs that the albums before had. So that kind of dropped them down a little bit too. They had respect for being like, it was still like, holy shit, thrash in the face of grunge and all this shit. But there's no songs off Divine Intervention that people hold in the same standards as, you know, the first four fucking Slayers. So, yeah, no, you're spot on with all those comments. And then I was there, you were there. That's the one that when it comes to thrash, we're pretty much on the same level because we were both there. You were there at the very beginning. but no, you're absolutely right on everything you called, you know. But and there was a lot of those bands that were on the cusp, that still are to this day, like your Exodus, your Testament, uh, your Overkill, shit like that. They were right there, but they never broke through to the mainstream the way the others did.
Well, they didn't really have that major label push either.
No, but I mean, there was stuff like, man, remember when like the video came out for Practice What You Preach? That was on there a lot. Overkill, Hello from the Gutter. That was something. There was like that was huge in a way. It was huge for thrash. So like Hello from the Gutter, like a lot of people, that were into cock rock, like I was at the time when that came out. I couldn't take Blitz vocals. But you saw Hello from the Gutter all the fucking time. But girls weren't listening to that shit, It wasn't getting through to the Guns N' Roses people, you know. But there was something about the Big Four that did cross a lot of those barriers that, other people, okay, I get this, So, but now look at it back in hindsight, look how many other bands that I love far more than the Big Four, other than Slayer. Slayer's still my favorite of the fucking Big Four, So, all right, we got anything else in the news here? Anything worth giving a shit about? Da, 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 da. That's the thing, boy. The news is getting worse and fucking worse, man.
Oh,
'Cause who-
maybe I shouldn't announce this.
Okay, no, go ahead, fucking announce it because
I'm going to announce it, but please, Ian, don't say any name what I'm about to tell you.
okay, go ahead.
I'm going to be in a Black Sabbath book. Let's continue the news.
Nice, nice. Is it with our friend?
Yes, he interviewed me.
Nice.
Black Sabbath book.
Okay, all right. Well, that's fucking amazing.
There's this show I do called The Contrarians.
Yes.
They always have me on for trivia.
Right.
At the moment, I've been on maybe 12, a dozen of them. I have not lost once. I've won every single.
I thought you lost that one, and there was all the fucking drama about it.
No, you must be thinking of something else.
Okay.
But
I thought there was an Ozzy one that you lost, and you're like, oh, this is bullshit.
Oh, the Ozzy one was the last one I did, and that one, I got like 18 more points ahead of everybody. I never won this large. And then
Okay.
the people that I go against, they're no fools. They know they're Ozzy. They know their shit. But anyway, this person was so impressed with me how I won that show. I got to interview you for my Black Sabbath book. So we got
Nice.
a Zoom call, and he interviewed me.
Okay. Is his initials MP?
I don't know how to spell, so
Okay, bye. All right. Well, let's see. Is there anything else? No, that's awesome though, dude, and you deserve it. So fucking A. And if it's with MP, I'm even more fucking excited because I love that motherfucker. Even though I ragged him when we fucking, talked to him. I still think he's awesome, even though he thinks Down to Earth is a good album.
he thinks it's the best Rainbow album, and I think we just gave him away. Let's keep going.
But he's full of shit. He's fucking full. How the fuck you gonna put that shit above Rising? Get the fuck out of here.
Hey, you're preaching to the choir, son.
I wouldn't put that shit above Straight Between Your Eyes.
Me neither.
Jesus.
I love Straight Between the Eyes. I like it more. I love Down to Earth though. Don't get it twisted. Let's cut the deck.
Oh, fucking horrible. All right, you know what? There's nothing else I care about. There's nothing else I give a shit about. I think we've entertained these fine people, long enough. I threw it out to you. which I do a lot of the times, because it's easier if you're happy with it. I said, what are you feeling? What do you want to do? And your quote to me is, people love it when we do an album that sucks. Let's do No More Tears, which I'm like, oh God, we're gonna make Roger Waters look good when we review this fucking album.
No shit.
But this is one like, wow, going back and listening to it. Because this is an album I revisit very often. But I gotta say, when it came out, I was at Ozzy Mania. You loved Ozzy. And there's a song here, we'll get to it later. When I first heard it, I thought it was the greatest thing Ozzy's done since Black Sabbath. And to an extent, I still stand by it. But overall, whew, oof marron, not a great one. But Ralph said, fuck it, let's do it. And what's funny is I'm wearing my my brand new Clockwork Orange shirt. I almost wore my brand new I got a Dio Holy Diver shirt. And I was like, Ozzy's gonna take enough beating for this episode. I don't have to wear a Dio shirt. It was just too much. Too much. But the album that Ralph picked is 1991's No More Tears by Ozzy Osbourne. And I'll go into this first before Ralph. I'll never forget, I saw the debut of the No More Tears video on MTV, 1991. I was blown away. Blown away. I was very disappointed in No Rest for the Wicked. It was kind of one of those like, I was so excited when it came out because I came on board with Ultimate Sin and then went back and everything. I liked a couple of songs, but overall I was like, eh. And then I hear this song and I was like, holy fuck, what is this? To me, it sounded more like Black Sabbath than fucking, Ozzy. Because in that meantime, I'd really gone back into my Black Sabbath and discovered that I like Black Sabbath 1,000 times more than I like Ozzy solo. But hearing this song, it, even the bass, everything, it just harkened back to that for me. It was so much better than what I thought was the filler-filled, No Rest for the Wicked. So I couldn't wait for this shit to come out. And, first day buyer, and I played it a shit ton. And then it just kind of dropped off, and I went back and listened to Sabbath more. But excited to hear what Ralph thinks of this when he comes back. Nice leather chair we're looking at. That shit looks comfy. Look at the little fart wrinkles in it. Looks well used. But, comment. Get in the comment section, man. When did you first hear No More Tears? And is it still like a favorite of yours? Or was it never a favorite of yours? Or a lost classic? Just farted. Whatever. Let us know. That shit helps the YouTube anal rhythms. So, let us know. But No More Tears, what a good song. What a good song. I feel bad. We're gonna shit all over somebody who just died, but still, Roger Waters is gonna take the heat for it.
Yeah, Roger Waters donated for this episode.
Yeah. He said kill 5 Palestinians, or no, he loves the Palestinians. I don't know. He said kill Richard Wright, and I'm like, he's already dead. But Ralph is the Oz, the maniac. So I'm surprised. I was surprised when Ralph texted me and said he thought this album sucked. That's something. Osmosis sucks.
Osmosis is even worse than this album.
Oh, I agree. I agree with that, but that doesn't help this album, you know.
Yeah, I love when people use that argument when the album sucks. They're like, well, at least it ain't as bad as this one. Well, shit. At least stepping in cat shit ain't as bad as stepping in dog shit. It's it's still shit. Don't use no excuse to make an album better by saying, well, at least it's better than Osmosis. It still sucks. This was the beginning of this was the end for me. I loved No Rest for the Wicked. With the exception of Crazy Babies and Breaking the Rules, those two songs suck. I thought,
What?
yeah, I thought the rest of the album was fucking awesome. Fire in the Sky, Tattooed Dancer, Demon Alcohol, Miracle Man, the best song on there, Devil and Daughter. Loved it all. Hero. But yeah, those two songs. I loved it because it was my Ozzy. That's my Ozzy.
Right.
You came into glam Ozzy.
Yep.
I came into well, even before, when he was a South, but I'm saying my Ozzy Osbourne was
No, I get that.
Blizzard of Oz, Diary of a Madman, and to a certain extent, Bark of the Moon, which I think is the third best. Ultimate Sin was such a turnout, but it was like you got to remember, for me, a hardcore metalhead that came in during all these bands, then all of a sudden you got Turbo,
Right.
Ultimate Sin, Somewhere in Time, like all my fucking metal heroes.
And
All,
what's funny, I don't mean to cut you off, but my first Ozzy, my first Judas Priest, and my first Iron Maiden album you just named.
yeah, that's like some guy that got into Load,
Yeah.
or Metallica.
No, I say the same thing with my son because my son's first Metallica album was Load. So it does help me put it in perspective. And when you say timeline is everything, you're goddamn right. And I don't think it's just with fucking music. I think it's with movies. Like, you and I grew up seeing like these movies like in order. And then you got younger kids who see them out of order and they have a different opinion. But I'm like, you don't see the same drop off. Like, you like that, but we grew up on this. And then you got that. And then it leads to this. So we saw a drop off to where we get pissed, where you're like, if you like the first thing you saw, then it's all cake. We were given the best shit first, and then it went to horse shit. So you're absolutely right on that when you talk about it. Timeline is everything.
And seriously, I mean, even you have to admit this. You may love all this shit that you got into, Ultimate Sin, Turbo, someone. You're loving it all, but man, you even have to admit, as much as I like it, they really took a drastic turn from the
Oh
better
yes,
stuff. There was better stuff before that, but then they
yes.
got all glossy, and that's the thing that I looked back upon. It's like, to a guy that says, "Oh, I got into Metallica because of Load, and I love Load." To me, it sounds no different than a guy that says, "Oh, I got into Ozzy during Ultimate Sin. I love Ultimate Sin." You know what I'm saying? It's
No,
just
I get it.
even Ozzy didn't like Ultimate Sin. There's this interview that was I don't know if it's been around a long time, but I saw it for the first time. Ozzy was being interviewed for Ultimate Sin for the album. It just came out. And he's talking about this is the first album I had that's hit the chart in Germany. It's doing extremely well, but I don't like it. He said it early in the fucking
Uh,
uh, uh, promoting the album. He did praise Jakey Lee a lot. He goes, "This is more Jakey Lee solo album than me," But I don't like the what Ron Nevison did. It sounded a little, and I agree, man. I just
uh,
thought too glossy. And then you got to remember at that time, '86, Rain and Blood, Master of Puppets, Peace Sells Who's Buying. Come on, that's what when I hear something like My Last Words from Megadeth, against Thank God for the Bomb. Come on,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, but I mean, if you look at it though, I mean, fucking Bark at the Moon's not that great. I mean, there's some good songs, but it's like,
It's a huge downgrade from Randy Rhoads, but it's a great album. But
yeah, and here's the thing, it's like I love the guitar playing,
yeah,
but like there's too many keyboards, there's all
uh,
this shit.
I only think there's one bad song on Bark at the Moon, only one.
Really? Okay.
I
All
like
right.
I like pretty much the whole album, but it's no Diary of a Madman. But then again, I've said this. Melissa, well, actually, Merciful Fate EP, Melissa, Don't Break the Oath, and Diary of a Madman are the last four amazing albums that have never been topped since. There's no album after those albums that are as good as those four albums, in my
What's
opinion.
the one song you don't like on Bark at the Moon?
Slow down.
Oh.
Yeah.
See,
Which
I'd still take that over So Tired, but
I
I
love.
get it.
I love So Tired.
I know.
Slow down was actually the B side in Europe.
Yours stays much too late. Do 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 do.
They,
Slow down.
they in Europe the album had Spiders in the Night, not us.
Love that song.
Yeah, I wish we would have got that song instead of Slow Down.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, what did you think when you first heard? You know, because that's what everybody heard first. The title track. What did you think?
oh, I loved it. I loved it. I was like, oh my God, this is, it was different. It was Ozzy being a little. Did Bob Daisley have anything to do with this one?
Yes, this is the last album that Bob Daisley played on,
He
and
wrote, he wrote
here's
this
the
song.
well, here's the funny thing with this. Bob Daisley plays on this album. He plays bass. He's not credited with any songwriting, but he played bass on it. The demos that were initially done for this album were done with a bass player called Terry Nails, who I've never heard anything about before or since. Then Bob Daisley comes in, but he's not credited with any lyrics. This is the only one where he's just credited with playing. No lyrics, no none of that, just bass playing, except for the title track, which, the beginning of that, that iconic bass line that starts out the song is credited to Mike Inez, that he wrote that, but he did not play one lick on this album. He wrote that, but Bob Daisley played it. But there's no Bob Daisley lyrics. And if you listen to this album lyrically, I get that, because none of these songs lyrically sound like anything Bob Daisley-esque, with in regards to Ozzy and everything. So you start out with one bass player, then you go to Bob Daisley, but Mike Inez is there during the recording, but yet doesn't play on it. It's very weird situation.
I didn't know that. I had no idea.
Yeah.
And it totally makes sense that Bob Daisley wrote the lyrics to this and not the rest of the album, because really,
Well, no. What I'm saying is he didn't write the lyrics to anything on this. He didn't do it
to No More Tears.
No, what I'm saying is he played bass on all the songs
I know
on
that.
No More Tears.
I know that. I mean,
But I don't believe he wrote the lyrics, but Mike Inez wrote the bass intro
right.
to the title track. But they started out recording the album, demoing it with a different bass player called Terry Nails.
Well, anyway, yeah, this album. I saw this tour twice: Theater of Madness tour, then the Arena tour, and I did really. I wore this album out, and it just thinking it would grow on me, and in the end, it's sterile, and it really does show what the future brings, because
Yeah.
this album has a big tinge of adult contemporary Ozzy, but it went
Yeah.
full blown on Osmosis. That's where it went completely adult contemporary. But even the songs that are rocking on this album doesn't have that looseness that you hear on No Rest for the Wicked, that you even hear on Ultimate Sin. You know,
Yeah.
you do hear the looseness in all the albums prior to this. This one becomes a little too precise. And I gotta say, the preciseness of the song No More Tears is perfect. It's perfect, the
Yes.
preciseness of that song. But the
Uh,
preciseness on other songs that we'll talk about, it drags the songs down. I think they would have been better if they were looser and have Bob Daisley write the lyrics.
yeah. All right. Well, I'll say again, first thing I heard was No More Tears. Uh, and I just freaked out. I was so I swore up and down when it came out. I said, "This is the best thing Ozzy's done since Black Sabbath." I was that sold on the title track. And then when it came out, I played the shit out of it. And Ralph will back me up here because I know you did the same thing. Right around the release of this, there was the Ozzy home video, Don't Blame Me.
Yeah.
That was incredible. It was great. It was a great, I was listening to No More Tears. I'm watching Don't Blame Me on VHS. I mean, it's going back and forth. And I was just so excited. The first time I saw Ozzy was on the No More Tears tour. Um, but it was one of those that a lot of albums around this time started happening. Where initially when it came out, I'd play the shit out of it. But it didn't have the longevity as what came before it. Prime example, this and the Black Album both came out in 91. I was like, oh yeah, I'm just so excited to hear new music from this artist that I love. Uh, but then after repeat listens, I'm like, I don't like it as much as the shit before. It doesn't have the staying power. And then it would go in the, it's in the collection. I'm not getting rid of it, but it just didn't have the staying power. And this is a prime example. Still, phenomenal memories of seeing Ozzy for the first time. And as much as I love Randy Castillo, it's still one of the worst drum solos I've ever seen in my life. Really brought the show down, but, it is what it is. But then there's no accounting for how horrible America's tastes are, because this is the second best-selling Oz album of all time, only beaten by Blizzard of Oz. This album has sold more copies than Diary of a Madman. Let that sink in.
Yeah, well,
It's sold double the copies of Diary of a Madman.
yeah, well,
Let that sink in.
here's a little reality check for you, Ian. Balance sold more than Fair Warning.
Yeah, I know. No, that's what I'm saying. That's like, so when people say, "Oh, this went to number one," you know, but it's what stands the test of time. And there's one song on this album that I attribute to all of that, where if it wasn't for this one song, wouldn't have sold half the copies it sold. And it's sold to people who aren't fans of Ozzy Osbourne, you know. And just like, anybody who bought a fucking Van Hagar album isn't a fan of Van Halen. But fuck it. Let's go into it. Ralph picked this and he even told me, he sent me a text the other day. We had to postpone the episode by a half hour. He goes, "Oh, why did I pick this album?" Even though he's like, people love it when you do an album that sucks. And I was like, oh, it's kind of a rough time to like beat up on Ozzy when he just died. But I mean, this is the Rock and Metal Combat podcast. We're gonna tell it to you like it is.
And I love, and we love Ozzy. Come on.
Oh, of course we love Ozzy, but we're honest about Ozzy. Ain't no sugarcoating this shit. But fuck it. I'll take the first track. Mr. Tinker Train. And I might have brought this up again. The last episode, the Dio episode, Total Blackout, but that also had a rape rock song on it, you know. And this was really big in the late 80s, early 90s, especially post like Janie's Got a Gun. Everybody had a rape rock song, but my notes are, is that rape rock, man? Well, turn it up, man. And for those of you young enough not to remember the Freedom Rock infomercials, tough shit.
I don't even remember that shit.
You don't remember Freedom Rock commercials? Is that Freedom Rock, man? Well, turn it up, man. Oh my God. Used to show at like 4 in the morning and anyway, never mind. Somebody will get the fucking joke. It's another child molestation song, but it just goes to show you that in the 80s and early 90s, everybody got laid, whether you wanted to or not. And there were songs about them. And that's why there was no school shootings in the 80s and early 90s, because everybody got laid, even if you were molested. Tinker Train, yeah, it's about a fucking pedophile. It's not bad. To me, it's much better than what lays ahead. I do remember a video for this.
Yeah.
And that's a weird thing. I was looking like usually, some people are like, oh, I don't just go on Wikipedia. Well, I go on Wikipedia all the fucking time to find some shit out that I don't remember. But they only showed 2 singles that were officially released from this album. And this wasn't one of them. But I do remember the video. Actually, I remember like 4, I think there's like 5 songs off this album that there was videos for.
I think so.
Maybe they weren't like released like commercially as a single. But yeah, Tinker Train. I don't know. It's not the best. It's not the worst. But in hindsight, as I'm listening to this album, this is one of the standout tracks. Is what it is. It can tinker with me a lot better than most of these other songs. What do you think, Ralph?
I agree. This is one of the better songs. You see, I think this album has 1 masterpiece and 2 okay tunes. This is one of them. The other song that I think is okay is probably the dumbest song on the album.
Oh, God, it better not be what I think it is.
If it's the dumbest song on the album, yeah, it's that one. But
you motherfucker.
Mr. Tinker Train, it's all right for, whatever. It's an okay. It would be great on a solid album. It would go great with a bunch of other solid songs. But
Yeah.
whatever. Then I just don't want to change the world. What is it? I don't want to change the world.
I don't want to change the world.
This is what I was talking about earlier about spit shining shit. This song's not loose. It's too tight. It's too sterile. It could rock. It has the elements of being a cool rock song, but it's too sterile. And yeah, the lyrics are fucked up. Bob Daisley didn't write these lyrics.
Oh, no. Lemmy Kilmister did.
It's not good lyrics. Hey, you gotta remember, Lemmy wrote "Don't Let Daddy Kiss Me Tonight." Okay.
Yeah. Another molestation rock song.
And not one of his better lyrics. It ain't no voices in the sky. That's genius Motorhead lyrics right there. But
I love it.
But yeah, I didn't know Lemmy wrote these lyrics. He wrote the lyrics to another crappy song, couple more crappy songs.
Oh yes. Well, he actually wrote the lyrics for 6 songs, and only 4 of them made the album.
Okay.
So there you go.
And
all right.
He said in interviews he made more off this album than the whole discography.
Yep. Yeah, I was going to bring that up, but you beat me to it. Yes, Lemmy did say that, and it's unfortunate that he did. He made more money off of this, and that just shows you the record business, ladies and gentlemen. This song. Used to love it a lot more, but now I see it as a pale imitation to a vastly superior song called Breaking All the Rules, which you don't like.
I gotta say, I like this song more than Breaking All the Rules. I really dislike them both.
Wow, I really do that. That's the one. Like even when the shine wore off, because No Rest for the Wicked was one of those first day buyer. Man, that was first day buyer because I bought, you know, Ultimate Sin when it first came out. I bought Tribute when it first came out, and I'll never forget. I was 14 when No Rest for the Wicked came out, and I was going on a double date. And because we were 14, my grandparents were driving this double date to the theater to go see Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. But I said, we got to stop at Chicago Records first so I can get the new Ozzy cassette. And I bought fucking No Rest for the Wicked. But anyway, no, Breaking All the Rules is the one song, like, that was always my favorite on the album. Um, but yeah, this one, I don't hate it. I don't want to change the world, but I don't love it either. And Ralph brought, up a great, it's just sterile. It's like, and I find it so odd that as much as I love Zach Wilde on one hand, to me, he's the most like fucking mid fucking guitar player that Ozzy ever had. Other than maybe Andrew Watt and fucking Gus LMNOP and Joe Holmes. I don't even count any of those motherfuckers. To me, there's Randy and Zach. And Jake. But Zach was much better on fucking No Rest than this one, aside from a couple songs. But yeah, this song's all right, but it's not fucking anything to write home about. What's the next one? Let me see here. Oh, fuck me. Fuck me. I'm gonna take a lot of heat for this one, but I don't give a fuck because I've never cared about this song. Mama, I'm coming home. It's a good song. Don't get it twisted. Let's not shit the bed. It's a good song. I never want to hear it again. But I didn't want to hear it again after 1991 when it came out. It just got so like over fucking played, and it's just like it's a fucking Ozzy ballad, and that's my problem with a lot of Ozzy's catalog. Too many fucking ballads. Ozzy's solo is so fucking, it's softer than baby shit compared to fucking Black Sabbath. But this is the route he wanted to go, so I mean, he loved his fucking ballads, he loved the Beatles, and he thought he could do this shit. And I'm so tired of Ozzy fucking ballads. But I do admit it's a good structured song. It's an incredible guitar solo from Zach Wilde. But I never want to fucking hear it again. And so many people, at Ozzy's last concert when he played it, they're like, "Oh, I lost it during that," and I'm like, bitch, I checked out during that because this is not what I want to fucking hear. But you knew you were going to hear it. And as somebody who was like, an Ozzy fan prior, this is one of those songs where like, fuck, every time I go see Ozzy from now till he stops, I have to hear this fucking song. And I don't want to. I can name 20 fucking Ozzy songs I would rather hear than this. But I know I have to hear this at every Ozzy show. And then there's all this shit about, oh, Ozzy wrote it for shit. Fucking Lemmy wrote the lyrics again. Once again, lyrics were written from Lemmy. I believe Ozzy kind of gave him like, hey, could you write this about this? And Lemmy did it. I don't think they're bad lyrics. I just think it's sappy. It's a fucking ballad. I never, ever, ever want to hear it again. And unfortunately, I listened to this album 3 times getting ready for this review. I think I only made it through this once, though, because I'm like, I know this song. It's in my DNA, whether I like it or not, but I don't want to fucking hear it again. Fuck you. But I'm glad Lemmy, I'm glad Lemmy could buy Nazi memorabilia with all the money he made off of this fucking pussy song. What do you think, Ralph?
Uh, I was one of those, man, that when they played it at that final show, I cried too. You know, I cried because they were playing it.
Good.
I hate this song. I never liked this song. I don't even think it's a good song, like you say. I think it's just by numbers. To me, it's like a power ballad. It's like a typical power ballad.
No.
I don't get it. I just don't get it. I never got it. You know, I've heard worse. Of course, if we're going to compare to Warrant ballads and ballads like, you
Oh,
know,
that's coming up.
and let me tell you something. Up to this album, I loved every Ozzy ballad. Tonight, Revelation, Mother Earth, I guess you can kind of call ballad.
Did he have a ballad on No Rest? I don't think No Rest had a ballad, did it?
Fire in the Sky is the closest.
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe I think Fire in the Sky is too cold to be a ballad.
It's
I don't
so
know.
awesome. It's so
Yeah.
awesome. I love that song. I love Killer Giants. And I love So Tired. I loved all the ballads, but man, this album had more than one ballad, and
Oh, three.
they all suck. I hate it. What's next?
All right, you take the next one, Desire. Another Lemmy Kilmister lyric.
Just like I don't want to change the world. It's sterile. It could be better. It could be a better song. I just think it's too spit polished, not loose enough, and it just seems too boxed in. It doesn't have wings to spread out. It's just a boxed in. Look, we need a rocking song, guys, and that's how I feel about Desire. Crazy train, crazy train.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, it's annoying. It's kind of like I was saying to you earlier. It's like, man, I started playing the album. I got to this song. I was like, let me listen to this later, which I did today. I did
Yeah.
literally when I was cooking my food and then taking a shower because it's a long fucking album.
Yep.
I went to my CD player. I went after Desire, and I went and I cooked my food. And believe me, it takes me a bit to cook my food. I had a lot of ingredients and shit. Ate my food, still playing the record. Took a shower, record still playing. Dried off, record still playing. Rolled a joint, record still playing. By the time I came back, and it was like maybe 15 minutes left for us to start the show, it finally ended. And it was fucking dreadful. It was dreadful. It's just not my art. But I get it, like you're talking about, oh well, I came in through uh ultimate sin. Just like somebody that will come into No More Tears and dig Desire and dig
Yeah.
these songs because it's their odds.
And this was played live on the tour as well. This was a mainstay on the tour.
Yeah, and I don't want to change the world. He did that one too.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm right with you. And I think it's funny because there's a certain time that Ralph and I usually record on Sundays. Sometimes it changes by a half hour. And Ralph wanted to change it by an hour today, and he wrote me in a text. He said, "Look, I made it halfway through this shit, and I gotta go back and listen to the other half." And I was like, "I fucking get it, dude." I'm like, "No worries, we'll postpone the show." I'm like, "I fucking get it," because to me, Desire, even Lemmy can't save this one. This is Ozzy filler by the fucking numbers. And unfortunately, something that would plague his solo career. And that's why I am not an Ozzy hater. I love Ozzy. I'll always love him. I will always love Ozzy because of Black Sabbath. You know, his solo career is what gives me trouble.
Well, I
You
like
know,
I like his later solo career way more than you do. I thought Black Rain and a Scream which were not perfect albums, are better than No More Tears. And
I I have to listen to both of those again because honestly, um,
no, no, no.
Ash,
Did I say Black Rain? No. No, that's not. Well, yeah, I guess it's not a good album, but yeah, it's better than No More Tears. The one
Yeah.
will Get Me Through. That one. Um,
Uh,
Down to Earth, I think.
Down to Earth, yeah.
Yeah, that one and Scream I would put above No More Tears. Where the
Yeah.
other ones I would put it at par. But
No, I
none of them have a song as good as No More Tears.
I get that because I think, you know, full transparency here. I think after this album, I don't know if I ever made it through an entire Ozzy solo album. I mean, even Osmosis. Osmosis, I remember liking Thunder Underground.
Ugh, hate that.
Uh, and that was it. Well, that's how I feel when I hear Perry Mason, you know.
I love that
Uh,
song.
yeah, fucking trash. But honestly, yeah, I don't know if I've ever like maybe like I've got it on at the house, like it just came out, like, and I put it on, but I'm doing shit. But I don't think I've ever listened to an Ozzy album all the way through, studio album, since that, because I loved Live and Loud, the live album from this tour, when I bought that. But fucking, I mean, it's just horrible. You know, listen to Black Sabbath, not this fucking horrible shit. Yeah. So anyway, fucking Desire. Yeah, terrible song. Next song is the title track, No More Tears. Um, this is the one I talked about earlier in the show. Saw the world premiere on MTV. Uh, just incredible. Everything about this song works for me. Uh, to me, this should be held in the same esteem as Mama, I'm Coming Home, which unfortunately it's not. Uh, there's just like the doom bass, everything, the whole hand in the bush, fucking everything works on this. This is Ozzy through and through with a little hint of Sabbath to my ears. Yes, it is overproduced, but it's still there's a darkness about this song that I fucking love, that I want from the Prince of Darkness. Not this fucking Mom, I'm Coming Home. Fuck that shit. Fuck that So Tired shit. I want Suicide Solution. I want Over the Mountains. I want this shit, God damn it. This song, to me, is a masterpiece. And that guitar solo from Zakk Wylde, fucking amazing. Amazing. This song is it's flawless. To me, it's a masterpiece. I love this fucking song. But a song, unfortunately, does not make an album. And, there is nothing that even smells the farts of this fucking song on the rest of this album before or since. Nothing that even comes fucking cunt hair away from this fucking song. Absolutely amazing. What do you think of the title track, Ralph?
It's a masterpiece, and I will agree there is no song that is as good as No More Tears afterwards, but I do not agree that his song doesn't come close. I think the last thing he released, Crack Cocaine. I would say this is the closest to No More Tears.
Is that the one with Tommy Morrison?
Is that his name? Billy Morrison.
Billy Morrison.
And Steve Stevens is on it too. This is a ripper. A great, great song. Which
Right.
Ruben De La Rosa.
I used to love that guy. I'm on the fence now.
Okay, well, anyway, he works at a record pressing plant, and they made
Yeah.
and that's how I got it. I don't know how many of these they made, but yeah.
Cool.
But anyway, yeah.
I got a Pete going to the song.
So No More Tears. Love Ozzy's voice on it. I love the eeriness. I I guess because I'm really bad at production, I guess it's overproduced. I'm not sure. It does sound nice and spiffy. Where it, I hear the glossiness. I guess the same thing I hear on Desire, and I just don't want to change the world. But I think that type of sound for this song works, and I love the middle section with the violins, the orchestration, and probably the greatest Zach Wild guitar solo I would say that he's ever done is in this song. It's long, it's epic. It made me very excited for the album. And I'll tell you, it's not that I bought this album and thought, oh, this is crap. Because you got to remember, up to that point, man, I mean, other than Ultimate Sin, which I felt was a bump in the road, I didn't feel that way about No More Tears. I felt like, all right, it's different, but it's still heavy. But No More Tears, that song is so killer. It kind of like blurred my vision on the rest of the album. Where now, looking back on it, um, Ultimate Sin's a better album, I think. I think Jake's playing is much better than Zach's playing, and but still, the songs are hokey and shit. But it's still a better the song. I will take the crappy song from Ultimate Sin over the crappy songs on this album. But yeah, No More Tears, masterpiece, and kind of in a way too, in a small way, saved Ozzy because not very widely reported, but No Rest of the Wicked was a flop, and they were gonna play the Miami Arena and it canceled from lack of ticket sales. I had to go,
Really?
yeah, I had to go all the way to Tampa to see it.
Wow.
That was the night that Anthrax filmed the Antisocial video. Was at that show I went.
And you went like this and you covered your eyes so you could see Sabbath?
Yeah, I saw Geezer and Ozzy. When Ozzy would walk on Geezer's side, it's fantasized because I remember they played Sweet Leaf that night
Yeah.
and War Pigs. That was an amazing Ozzy show. Probably the second best time I saw Ozzy was the No.
I bet. I'll get into that later when I go into my pick of the week.
But yeah, amazing song. What comes after that?
Okay, well, depending what you want to call it, and when you bought this, when we bought it, it was called SIN, Sin. But if you buy it now, it's also called Won't Be Coming Home. Hashtag or parenthesis sin. What do you think of that one?
A horrible tune, and it's really a bad chorus. You won't be coming home. You won't be coming home tonight. It's annoying, man. It's a really lame song that's totally screams filler. But there's so many filler songs on this album. I mean, the rest of the album to me is pretty much filler. It's a horrible song. SIN, you know what SIN stands for?
Shit.
No. This fucking sucks.
All right. Well, let's see. What do I got on this one? Sin. Okay. Now someone can wake me when the album's over. Not horrible, but far from the days of Randy and Jake, let alone fucking Iommi. I don't hate this song as much as you. I kind of like the chorus, but again, this is one like I remember, when this shit came out and I was 17. I liked it a lot more than I like it now on a repeat listen. Like going back and listen to it with so-called fresh ears. It's like, even though I like it better than you, like everything that you bitched about it, I totally get and totally understand. And it's just a very sterile record. But what's neat is it makes me like No Rest for the Wicked more than I used to. What's after this fucking piece of shit? Not piece of shit. I like it better than. Oh, God. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Another one. I got a bitch about Jesus himself. Lemmy Kilmister with Hellraiser. Not even Lemmy could save this generic turd. Uh, Either. You know, this is another one Lemmy wrote that I'm like not a fan of. And in fact, I will go on record to say Motorhead's version that was released on March or Die is even worse. But the funny thing is, if you go back and listen to this, and probably even more so on the Motorhead version, listen to how it starts out. It's fucking unskinny bop. You know
Oh
that dum
wow,
dum
yeah,
dum 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 dum. Yeah, go back and listen to it. It's fucking unskinny bop. It's fucking terrible.
you're right. I didn't think of that.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking. I heard that today because I kind of did like, I knew that they both did versions of this, and I'm torturing myself on my final listen because I'll listen to these albums like once, twice, sometimes even more than that before I do my notes because I want to be well informed and see if any opinions change and shit. And after I listen to this, I listened to the No More Tears Hellraiser for the third time. I'm like, let me check out the fucking Motorhead one. I even had to think about it. I was like, what album was this on? I was like, oh, this had to be on March or Die. You know, the only Motorhead album where I'm like, well, that sucks. You know, because like, there's no way this could be on Bastards. So I listened to it and I hear that, dum, 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 you know, you know, like, oh, fuck, this sucks. Yeah. The Motorhead version, even though like vocally, I like Lemmy's voice better than Ozzy's, but musically, it's 10 times worse. You still get that unskinny bop vibe, and it's filler. It's filler. I mean, you listen to any of these songs. Could any of these songs made it on fucking Blizzard of Oz or fucking Diary of a Madman? You know? Come on. And I think Diary of a Madman is 25 times the album that fucking Blizzard of Oz is. But this still couldn't make it on Blizzard of Oz. This is better than fucking No Bone Movies, for Christ's sake. Uh, what a shite song. Big steaming, and it's great. Like all this great shit that Lemmy wrote, and he made more money off the worst shit that he ever wrote. Music business is a cruel mistress. That's all I'm going to say. Fucking horrible. What do you think of Hellraiser, Ralph?
I don't know, man. Maybe I'll have to go listen to that Motorhead version again. How could it be worse? You know?
It is. It is musically, and that's what's. I mean, I know, like March or Die was a much maligned album because, like, Mickey D played on one track and Tommy Aldridge is on a couple of tracks. But oh my God, it's like the worst I've ever heard. Fucking Wurzel and fucking and Phil and it trust me, like if you think this song sucks, listen to the Motorhead version. It is worse,
Yeah,
but
March
the
or Die.
vocals are better.
March or Die for me, it's my least favorite Motorhead album that I don't revisit, but I did revisit like maybe like a year ago, earlier this year. It's better than I remembered. Bad Religion, awesome song. Jack the Ripper. There's a bunch of great songs on that album. It's still my least favorite Motorhead album, but that just goes to show you how kick-ass Motorhead was. That even
Yeah.
the and honestly, March or Die screams record company pressure all over it.
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely.
Cat's Eye
Definitely.
Fever, which was not good. Uh,
Yeah. No, and that's what it was because I think that was their full-blown Sony album. I think that was their only, like, if you want to count like major label, and that was off the cachet that Lemmy got off of writing the shit for this album, because that came, No More Tears was 91, March or Die was 92, and you look at, like, even though I'm not the world's biggest fan of 1916, You listen to that, and then you listen to March or Die. You can hear. I mean, that's a record label pressure across the board. Ooh, horrible.
1916. I think every album before 1916 was better, but 1916 is a damn fine album.
I think there's some classic songs on there, but then there's some other shit I'm like, eh. And I'm not a big fan of the production. I know you're the guy that says I can't tell the difference. I don't know.
It's
I
funny.
don't.
It's funny. You sounded just like me there.
Yeah, I don't like the production on 1916. But god damn, you had 1916, which I like half the songs, and then you got March or Die where I'm like, and then you go into Bastards where I'm like, okay, they're fucking back. They're back with a fucking vengeance. And then you go from like Bastards to fucking Sacrifice. I'm like, okay, okay, I ain't got to worry about Motorhead no more, you
Yeah,
know?
you see, but that's the difference between Motorhead and Ozzy, because Motorhead with Sacrifice and all those albums, it doesn't sound like Fast Eddie Clark era. It's different. It doesn't sound like the classic Motorhead, where
No, but it's heavy.
but it still works.
Yeah.
Where No More Tears doesn't sound like the classic Ozzy, and it doesn't work.
Yeah, you're right about that. It doesn't even sound like fucking No Rest for the Wicked.
Yeah, because some bands they evolve, they become different, and some are good at it, and some are like Metallica. You know,
Well, and it's like with Motorhead, like I don't think I will never take any Motorhead album without Fast Eddie Clark over, one of those. But they evolved and they're great albums. But to me, there's no better Motorhead sound than with Fast Eddie Clark. And as much as I love Another Perfect Day, love it. Robo is fucking amazing. I'll take Iron Fist over it. You know, even
ooh,
though
that's a tough one. I love
it's
Iron Fist.
it's close, but no, to me, no guitar player matched fucking Fast Eddie Clark for fucking Motorhead.
I'll put Overkill, Ace of Spades, and Bomber over Another Perfect Day, but not Iron Fist.
Yeah, well. Here's the thing: it's like I think like while technically it might be better, but it's just the sound. I just love the
I love
Lemmy's vocals with Fast Eddie Clark's guitar playing. I don't think can be matched. You
This is how
know,
much I love. Uh, well, this is how much I love Iron Fist. I got the box set.
I love it, love it.
I love this album. And I also have this album, which I like more.
Oh,
Box
that's a
set
good one.
of this
Yeah,
album. I'll put it above Iron Fist, but look, I bought both box sets, which means I
yeah.
love them both, man.
Oh no, and I love both albums, but I'm just saying, Fast Eddie Clark, they never, they never achieved that same grittiness. You
No,
know?
no, they were the best. I got to see them, dude.
Yeah,
I
I know.
saw the very first Motorhead show in America. That lineup. I didn't know jack shit about them. I heard Ace of Spades on a commercial for 30 seconds before the show, telling my friends, we need to get there early, man. That Motorhead band sounds heavy, you know?
Yeah. No,
So
they
I,
just
I'm so privileged that I got to witness Motorhead, the
well,
real.
see, like to me, like you compare Iron Fist to Another Perfect Day. It's like Vinnie Vincent technically is a better guitar player than Ace Frehley, but I'll take Ace Frehley Kiss over Vinnie Vincent Kiss.
Well, Ace Frehley's technically better at writing solos.
Yeah, and he's technically better at like taking shit up his ass, which is weird. Like if you're gonna beat fucking, Vinnie Vincent taking shit up the ass, you got to be good. And I'll get and let's keep this in perspective. He did that shit without Steve Brown's help back then. You know.
Today on my iPod Shuffle, Let Me Go Rock and Roll came on from Kiss Alive.
Yeah.
Seriously, man, if you're going to tell me Kiss sucks, Just sit down and listen to that whole song and don't say a word. When the song's over, it's just good that if you don't like Kiss, you listen to Let Me Go Rock and Roll while you're shutting the fuck up. Oh
Ace,
my God, Kiss!
Vinnie Vincent pulled out a chiller. You know, it's terrible. All right, back to this shitty fucking album. All right, so where were we?
Hellraiser.
Did you talked about Hellraiser, right?
Yeah, it sucks.
All right, well, why don't you take Time After Time?
Probably my least favorite song on the album.
Wow!
Yeah,
Wow!
yeah. I hate it. And they showed that video so much with the little video.
Wow!
I hate the song. It's total adult contemporary. This shit would have fit perfectly on Osmosis. I hate it. I hate this song. I remember when the video was being played, how much I disliked it. Yeah, this is the worst song on the album, Time After Time. I like I hate it so much. I like Cyndi Lauper's Time After Time more.
Wow. Well, that's, I mean, what would this show be without Ralph and I totally disagreeing? Because I will say, of this song, another goddamn ballad. But truth be told, I'll take this over all three of the ballads on this album. And in fact, this would be in my top 2 or 3 Ozzy ballads. And not only am I not a fan of ballads, but I'm really not a fan of Ozzy ballads. But this would be, because I'm trying to think like what would be my top 2 or 3, you know, Ozzy ballads be. And some people consider You Can't Kill Rock and Roll a ballad. I don't consider it a ballad. To me, that song's just got too much balls to be a ballad. But you know, if you go up against all the other ones, like I would have to say, like the de facto like best Ozzy ballad would be "Goodbye to Romance." Even though I never want to hear that fucking song again. But I would put Time After Time up there with I really think it's a good song. I hate So Fucking Tired. I hate almost all Ozzy ballads. I hate that shit. That's why I can't stand Ozzy's solo shit compared to fucking Black Sabbath, because Ozzy solo is so fucking pussy compared to Black Sabbath, you know, and Tony Iommi and shit, you know. But no, I like this one, you know. But you know, that being said, you know, ballad sucks. You know, only chicks and posers like fucking ballads. You know, except for Heading for a Heartbreak, because real metal warriors like Heading for a Heartbreak. That's a good song.
The ballads on this album for me are so bad that I would say Mama I'm Coming Home is the best of all the ballads on here.
Ooh, ooh,
That's
oh.
how bad these ballads are.
Wow, you really hate these ballads. And I can respect that. I can like you know, if somebody's gonna argue with me, like say I don't like Time After Time, I'm like, I'm gonna fight you.
Oh, no,
You know?
it'd be more like understandable. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
There's a lot of songs. Look, Glitter from Motley Crue. Anybody that bashes on Glitter, I'm like, I get it. You know, I love it,
Wow.
but I get the hate. I do get it.
You know what? Every time you bring that up, it blows my fucking mind. It blows my fucking mind
Blows my
that you
mind.
don't hate that song.
But it just goes to prove that I like things that suck too.
Oh,
It's not only you, Ian. I love.
stop trying to beat me.
I can't beat you, but I can try to at least catch up a little bit.
Oh, that definitely gets you some brownie points
Oh yeah.
for picking Glitter. All right, so you already said you hate Time After Time. I said I don't mind it, and then we go into the next song. I'll take this one. Zombie Stomp. What the fuck is this shit? And why is the fucking intro so goddamn long? Like it's fucking Welcome to the Jungle, you know, it's like welcome to the villa, baby. You're gonna be bored. This shit, it's fucking terrible. 2 minutes, 2 minute intro for this shit. The only thing worse than this song is the fucking title. And this song is what Mark Daly tells his friends, like when he tells his pickleball bandmates, like, "Oh, I'm into metal." He's like, "Yeah, I like Zombie Stomp." This shit is fucking horrible. Uh, sad. Randy saw this shit coming and crashed the fucking plane. That's how bad Zombie Stomp is. And Zach Wilde should be ashamed of himself, because I'm looking at the writing credits here, which you know you can never go by on an Ozzy Osbourne album. You know it's all fucking lies. But according to Wikipedia, unless otherwise stated, every song was written by Ozzy Osbourne, Zach Wilde, and Randy Castillo. And this is a song just credited to those three. And I'm just so happy that Lemmy and nobody else is attributed to this shit. Zombie Stomp is one of the worst Ozzy songs of all time. This shit is fucking terrible. What do you think, Ralph?
Well, I told you, this is the dumbest song on the album, and I think it's okay. I don't think it's a good song, you know. And I was just thinking now, man, the bonus tracks are better than these songs.
Yep. Okay. Well, I'm glad you've talked about that, because I did take notes on those.
All right, Party with the Animal and Don't Blame Me. They're better songs than Mr. Tinker Train and Zombie Stomp.
Ooh, well, I don't know about Mr. Tinker Train, but
Yeah, I think so. But, well, maybe not Don't Blame Me, but definitely Party with the Animals.
what? Okay.
Yeah. It's stupid. It's a stupid fucking song. But it's got some, you know, kind of like a decent groove.
What?
Yeah. Hey, man, I'm just praising something that sucks. I do realize. I realize it sucks, but compared to the rest of this album, this is a million times better than Time After Time. Let me put it that way.
Oh. All right. You defended this turd. What's the next fucking piece of shit?
I defended the best I can.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I think it sucks. You take AVH then.
The only good thing about this song is the drummer, Alex Van Halen. Isn't this song about him? I don't know if it's not or
no. Apparently, Ozzy was on the Chris Jericho podcast and said this stands for Ashton Villa Highway, which Ashton Villa is the soccer team from Birmingham.
That Alex Van Halen formed.
Yeah. So there you go.
And it sucks. It's a horrible tune. It's another filler, glossy piece of crap.
All right. Let's see. What do I think of this song? Ozzy getting his Uncle Tom's Cabin on. What the fuck is this shit? Because if you listen to it, the beginning of it sounds like, you know, Uncle Tom's Cabin and shit. You know?
But Uncle Tom's Cabin is a good song.
Exactly. This one, not so much. I think it stands for anal vomit hemorrhoids.
You know it's bad when you're trying to better Warren and you fail.
Yeah, I know, right? And that's the thing. It's like, oh man, and just listen to this. I was thinking of like fucking Zach, you know, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm like, everything you did on No Rest for the Wicked was so much better. You know, aside from the title track, like everything you did on No Rest for the Wicked was better. Everything you did on Pride and Glory was better. You know, Book of Shadows, fucking, you know, even like those later day fucking horrible fucking Black Label Society albums are better than this shit,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
And they're not, and they're no picnic, those albums, let me
Yeah,
tell you.
exactly, exactly. You know, and you know, that's a fucked up thing. The Black Label Society, you have 7 ballads. Um, yeah, not a good song. Not a good song. Fuck this shit. Let's see. What's the last song? I think it's Road to Nowhere.
Ugh.
Yeah, Road to Nowhere. Uh, just shoot me. Shoot me in the fucking head. You heard one Ozzy ballad, you've heard them all. God damn, this album is, as the kids would say, mid as fuck. This, again, like, what the fuck? But here's something you have to put into perspective. For people who weren't around at the time, this is 1991. This album came out months before, you know, a couple months before Nirvana broke. Uh, you've got Aerosmith with all these ballads. You've got fucking every other band with all these ballads. And those are the ones that hooked in the masses. You would release, you know, we've talked about this many times, and most people know, you know, The Rocker was the first single. Then you would have the ballad. That was the formula. But the ballads would gain way more traction, you know, especially with the chicks. The chicks didn't care about fucking metal. They just like cute guys. And then if you wrote a wham wham song, they would buy your record. And that's all they cared about during this time. Record sales, you know, concert sales, you know, you get the chicks to go, get the chicks to go. If the chicks go, the guys go. It's a, you know, it's a fucking trifecta of fucking shit. Um, you know, but that's where you get this shit, you know, and I've always said that, like, I hate ballads to begin with, but back in the day, you would have one ballad, if that, but that one ballad would be so good, you know, like I talk about with Aerosmith, you know, Home Tonight, you know, fucking, you know, shit like that, you know, it had to be like a special song, and that was your one song. And then when it became, again, Motley Crue, after Home Sweet Home, it was the obligatory ballad that you had to have. And if you want to double your sales, fucking double your chances. Fucking write a couple ballads. And it got worse and worse and worse, and especially by 91, you know, fucking horrible. You have 3 ballads on one fucking record. That's unexcusable. And Road to Nowhere does nothing for me. It goes to fucking nowhere. It's fucking horrible. And this is like why, as much as I love Ozzy, I hold his solo career is like a fucking, you know, compared to Black Sabbath because of shit like this. And this is the majority of, in my opinion, of his solo career is fucking tripe like this. Fucking horrible. What do you think, Ralph, of Road to Nowhere?
I think it's horrible. And this album has 3 ballads, and yet they're very spread apart because there's too many goddamn songs on this album, and it's spread apart by a lot of filler.
At only 11 songs, though, if you think about it, like on the official album, there's only 11 songs.
Man, it went by long for me, man. I listened to half, and then I listened to the other half today, and as I said, I cooked dinner, took a shower, and rolled a joint before the shit was done. You know, horrible, horrible fucking song. You know, I don't care. You know, I've watched enough Ozzy documentaries that that's how I want to know about Ozzy's past. I can care less about him singing it in lyrics. I've been looking back at my life. I was listening to that actually today, last song.
Yeah.
Thank God. And you know, man, I listened to this album so little that I swear I didn't know. I was like hoping that was the last song. I go, man, is there many more crap on this shit? You know, and then when this song ended, I was like, oh, thank God. It's horrible.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a terrible song that MTV wore out. MTV wore out even time after time, all these damn videos.
Oh yeah.
To be
Well,
choked to
and
death.
unfortunately for me, I've got the 30th anniversary edition, which I'm never going to listen to. Yeah, I only listened to these two bonus tracks for this. In actuality, I mean, the version I have is fucking like an hour and it's almost 2 hours long with all the demo versions of these shitty songs and the bonus tracks and all this shit. Oh my God. It was too long to begin with. Fucking terrible. But since you know these bonus tracks, let's go into these. What do you think of the first one that was a B side? And that is Don't Blame Me.
It's okay. I mean, again, if it's better than a lot of songs on No More Tears. It's still not a great song, but I would put it up there with Tinker Train and Zombie Stomp as, it's okay. It'd be good as a filler on a good album. Don't Blame Me is I like the other B side much more. I have it right here. I had Ozzy autograph it. I forgot what single it was. I think it's No More Tears. That single brought those that picture that's brought those two bonus tracks. Party with the
Okay.
Animals and Don't Blame Me. And I don't think Don't Blame Me is a bad song. It's okay. It's all right. Better than a lot of songs that made the album.
All right. Well, I put should have made the album, but yet it's still filler. you know, and that's how I feel about it. Like it's not that great, but it's better than a lot of songs that actually made the album. Uh, you know, yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, it's better than a lot of shit on the album. But then we'll go to Party with the Animals, which apparently you like a lot more than me. I put so bad this should have been the first single off Osmosis. I really hate this fucking song. I think it's so stupid, and that's why I got this picture of Ozzy with these two fucking retards, Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons, right here. Because this is like some let's put the X in sex shit. It's not a masterpiece like You Make Me Rock Hard, which is a much better song than Put the X in Sex. Um, yeah, Party with the Animals. It's fucking retarded, just like Kiss. Not a fan. What do you think? You like? Obviously, you like it better than
I
me.
do like it. I like it more than Tinker Train and
Wow.
Zombie Stomp.
Okay.
I like it more. I like the riffage in it. It's in a movie. Think Wayne's World, maybe. I know it made a soundtrack.
I think it was the love theme to Police Academy 7, Mission to Moscow.
I watched part two today. I
The
haven't
first assignment. I love it.
I haven't watched that forever. Like I have like the whole complete series. And
Yeah.
I watched part one like a year ago, and let me tell you, man, one of the greatest comedy scenes ever in the movies is Police Academy 1, the podium scene.
The blowjob. Yeah, I was just gonna say
That is one of the greatest scenes ever. Ever. But yeah, I watched oh my God, I was watching that today. I was like, man, this Bobcat Goldthwait, man. That that character
Ah!
that character did not age well. That
Zed. Zed. I love Zed.
he's still around today, but he doesn't do that.
Oh yeah. No, he doesn't do that shit. But
Yeah, because it's so dated. But still, it was funny.
oh fuck yeah.
It-
That's the thing though, man. The 80s shit, the Porkies, the fucking, the fucking Police Academy shit. Shit's fucking awesome. Love it.
yeah. I haven't seen the later ones yet, though.
I've seen them all. Mission to Moscow I only saw once, and that was a hard to get through, man. That was the one that went direct to video. So bad. So bad.
Was
But I mean, you know,
Was that the last one?
yeah, and then I think there was a TV series after that that lasted for one season that just had the black dude that makes all the noises.
So basically, uh, Police Academy is like Ozzy's solo career.
Exactly. Well,
Start off
well,
great.
no, I would say the only difference is the second Ozzy album is far better than the first one. Where I wouldn't say First Assignment is better than the first Police Academy
No,
movie.
no, no. You can't top the first one.
Yeah, but wouldn't you say Diary is better than Blizzard of Oz?
Well, like I told you earlier, there's no better albums made since the Merciful Fate releases and Diary of a Madman. Though I absolutely love Blizzard of Oz. I think Blizzard of Oz is an awesome album.
Hmm.
But Diary is, yes, head and shoulders above it.
Okay, so we agree on that. All right. Well, that's our review of fucking Ozzy's No More Tears. You know, I think it's funny and sad at the same time that, after Ozzy's unfortunate passing, which, we're both like, man, it's hard to live in a world that Ozzy's not here, that we're shitting all over him. But this isn't a good album.
I
I
think
mean, and we got to be honest.
I think we've already done all the good Ozzy albums, right?
I don't know. I gotta check. You know what? I don't know if we've ever done Bark at the Moon.
Oh man.
And even when we did, early in our career, we did some combo episodes. Like when we did, and I still feel sorry about some of the shit I said when we did like Blizzard and Diary together. Those are ones I think they deserve full episodes, not just like a combo mishmash. We were still finding our feet as broadcasters.
I think our next episode shouldn't be an album review. How do you like those apples?
Yeah. You know what I would like to do, honestly? We haven't done it in a minute. I think our next episode, I think we should do a live episode where we talk to the fans.
All right.
I don't think we've done that in a while, and I know I've been very absent on the Facebook page and like talking to people. So I think maybe we should do like next week, and we'll like announce it ahead of time, like so people show up and know it's an event. Do a live episode where people can talk to us, and we can get back with the listeners and shit. But no, there's episodes like that. Like I remember we did Rainbow. We did like the Dio albums, in one episode. We didn't. Those are albums that all need like a track by track, and full attention. So maybe we'll do that.
Yeah.
But fuck it. Let's go to pick of the week. Ralph, what do you got? Where should we go? I'm saying we're going to the left. To the left.
Up or down?
Down. Right there. Right there. What do you got? What do you got? What do you got?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Didn't we review this one?
I don't think we did.
This is my second favorite Wasp album.
Wow.
The Headless Children fucking rules. I listened to this not too long ago. Man Eater.
I would like to review that with you because I think that's a very overrated Wasp album.
Wow.
Yet I still like it.
Great album. I think it's the best thing they did after the first album.
I remember going to Chicago Records, riding my bike there and waiting for them to open up so I could go in there and buy that.
Right on.
I like it. I just think it's a tad overrated. All right. Well, my pick of the week, I stuck with Ozzy, and I listened to something that I have not listened to in its entirety since its release. And what's crazy is I was looking at the release date because I kind of remember this of being the first album that I bought in the 1990s. But yet, according to Wikipedia, this came out in March. But then again, I'm thinking like, fuck, I was a teenager. I didn't have a lot of money. Maybe March was the first time I bought a record. But that is the EP, Just Say Ozzy. And I remember that I bought it right on CD, and Oh my God, listening to it today. You got that on vinyl?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Let me see that.
Well, keep talking.
Okay, but anyway, I listened to it again today and I was like, God damn, does this sound good? I mean, what Geezer added, like his bass playing is just like, oh, it sounds so good on the album. Oh, there you go. It sounded so good. And what I loved about it is you have keyboards on it, but to me, they were perfectly placed. They're low in the mix, they're present, but they're not overbearing. And it kind of made me think like I was listening to it and I was like, wow, see, the keyboards here sound so good. I'm like, who was that fuck stick whoever played on the fucking Ultimate Sin tour? Because I go back and I watch Ultimate Ozzy and I listen to bootlegs of that tour and the keyboards are so overbearing I can't even listen to it. Turns out it's the same dude, John Sinclair, um, who actually played keyboards on the first Spinal Tap record, even though he's not Viv Savage, the guy you see in the movie and everything.
Oh,
But
did you see Spinal Tap too?
I wanted to talk about that during the news. No, I haven't.
I
I'm
saw it.
scared.
I
I'm
saw it.
scared. I'm scared to see it, but I don't refuse to see it. Like I refuse to watch Blues Brothers 2000. I will never
Yeah,
watch.
I've never seen that. I know I don't want to
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah, I won't do it. But I've heard nothing good about the new Spinal Tap. You
I went
saw it?
I went to the theater and it wasn't bad. The thing is, if you're going to compare to the first one, of course, it doesn't even come close. But there's some funny ass scenes in that movie. I got some laughs out of it. I've seen worse. It could have been way worse. It's not bad.
Right.
Not as good as the first one, but
Well, that's if it's that, then I'm fine. Because I know nothing's going to top it. Like I said, it's one of those, I'm not refusing to watch it, but it's kind of like, and even like, through all the shit that I have, I know I can watch it right now in great quality. I'm gonna watch it, but I'm kind of putting it off because I know I'm gonna be a little disappointed, but
I
yeah,
don't
I
know.
won't.
Hey, man, I'll say it. I don't think it's nowhere as good as the first one, but I can't say it was disappointing. It was some good laughs. It
All
was
right.
good
Well then I will check it out, and I'll definitely buy it when it's available. I'm gonna get it. Like I can't wait to get. Uh, I think it comes out later this month. The 4K of Spinal Tap, and I'm like, oh fuck yeah, I'm buying that in a heartbeat. Criterion Collections putting that out. Like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, I'm buying that. Yeah, I want to see it. I mean, fuck. I'm lucky enough. I got to see Spinal Tap on the Break Like the Wind tour, and that's one of those things like as funny as that might seem to people, that's one of the shows I feel like luckiest to have seen. I mean, I saw them in a club in Chicago with the pods, and everything, it was fucking
they they
amazing.
they canceled here.
Oh, really?
I
Yeah,
didn't.
I know the new one didn't do too well, so it's unfortunate, you know. Oh, they canceled in Florida on the Break Like the Wind tour?
Yeah,
Oh, wow. Yeah, yeah. I got to see it in Chicago.
I had tickets and everything. I did then I did see him and it was the unwigged, unplugged tour,
Right, and you said they were assholes and shit.
and it was a terrible show. No, Harry Shearer was super cool. The other two were assholes.
Yeah.
Harry Shearer, the most popular one out of all of them, was super nice.
Yeah. Well, he's always been known as like a nice guy, and I mean, I never heard that much about Michael McKean being a dick, but I have heard a lot about like, Christopher Guest being a dick, which is
Yeah,
unfortunate.
it was like a scene when meeting Michael McKean. It was like a scene from Spinal Tap. I can't remember what scene it was where he said something like, "Oh, when Nigel wasn't in the band," and he goes, "Oh no, we're not playing that because Nigel." You know that scene where he says that
Right.
playing that song. that was the same exact thing I saw in front of my face when a guy wanted him to sign a Laverne and Shirley game board. And he's like, I'm not signing that. It was just like that scene. It was,
uh,
I'm not signing that. You're a
and then I was pissed. I saw Rob Reiner, the director of both movies. Um, somebody asked him, I can't remember if it was Bill Maher or one of the shows he was on. He was talking about, the whole Black Sabbath and the Stonehenge thing. And he just went off. He's like, we did this way before their fucking tour. He's like, for those fucking dumbasses, and I'm paraphrasing, but he pretty much, just called Black Sabbath, and other, fucking morons. Like, yeah, no, we wouldn't rip out those fucking morons. I'm like, you know what? Fuck you, meathead. As much as I love, I love the meathead. I love Rob Reiner. I love fucking, All in the Family. I love a lot of Rob Reiner's movies. But he pretty much just insulted the shit out of Black Sabbath. I'm like, go fuck yourself.
You know who Spinal Tap toured with before they made the movie, right?
Who?
Saxon.
Nice. Nice. Saxon rules. I was even thinking about that. I was thinking about when we were, when you picked this one. Because what's so funny is like for fucking months now, I've been waiting for you to pick like something like super heavy thrash, like fucking, you make fun of me for hating metal, but I'm like, let's do something fucking heavy, and then you pick this one, and I was like, for the next one, I'm like, we should, to make up for this, we should do some fucking Motorhead or some fucking Saxon. But then I'm thinking, fuck it, let's get the listeners involved. And maybe for once they'll make a good choice, So if we do a live episode next week, maybe let them throw some ideas out. But then again, if their ideas suck, we pick our own. But
Well,
I'm like,
let me put it this way: whoever picks something that gets the most votes.
yeah, we can do that. But what if they vote for something really shitty?
Well, we got
You
to
know?
bring that up. It can't be shitty.
Okay, yeah, we'll do that. But yeah, we're throwing this out there, so pay attention, for next week when we do a live episode. You know, you guys can predict the future and see what you guys want done. All right. Well, there's our pick of the weeks, and now let's get into fan of the week. And fan of the week is somebody we're not even checking out right now because we're too busy recording. But somebody who's been here for a long time, and that's Joseph Staub. And Joseph Staub is now doing the Joseph Staub Garage on Cranium Radio, Sunday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And God, this shit makes me cry like a bitch because I didn't invent Joseph Staub, but I invented the Joseph Staub Garage. Joseph Staub Garage is a segment I did on my radio show that I did both on that metal station and Cranium Radio and whatever other stations I was on. But it's something I was inspired to do because Joseph Staub, I turned him on to Frank Zappa. And of course, there's Joe's Garage. And this kid, he got into Frank Zappa the way I did, where it becomes like an obsession, where you're just like, because there's so many Zapp albums, you just fill yourself with this, like, oh my God, that's everything is Frank Zappa. He did this same thing. He even sent me a thing, when he went to college. He started listening to us in high school. When he went to college, he did like a thesis on Frank Zappa because of this. And I created this little segment on my radio show called the Joseph Staub Garage, where it was a 4-song block where the first and last song would be Frank Zappa, and the 2 other ones would be something just as weird as Frank Zappa, and especially for a metal show, something to be out of the ordinary. But, to see this guy jump out and do his own thing, I fucking love it. And I wish him nothing but success. And this show should be proof that, like, God damn it, if Ralph and I can do this, because we are just fans of this music. If we can do it, you can do it. That being said, Mark Allen Taylor should be proof that just because you can do it doesn't mean you should. So I hope he's good. I hope he's better than Mark Allen Taylor because that shit's terrible.
You know what? That was really funny, but I refuse to laugh because I don't want Mark mad at me.
I know Mark thinks I'm obsessed with him, and I'm not, but I am obsessed with telling people not to listen to your show. So on that point.
I'm not laughing, though I want to really bad.
But no, seriously, Joseph Staub, I love you. I wish you nothing but success and just have fun with whatever you do, man. Enjoy what you do. I think that was a great period, when Ralph and I were not only doing these shows, but doing our radio shows, and it was different ways to express ourselves and do all this shit. Fucking awesome. So
That wasn't supposed to happen.
yeah. I was laughing. I was looking at. I still got that picture on my phone where I put the, fucking Scott with the fucking purple hair, and I'm like, "You're fired."
I'll never forget the time I had sex on my show.
Yeah. Yep.
That was fun. I fucked this British chick on the air.
Was she British? The redhead chick?
No, man, that wasn't the redhead girl. It was Emily.
Was it?
Emily,
Oh, okay.
which I just heard from the other day. I'm like, I'm amazed.
Was that the one you had bent over the balcony and shit?
No, that's the redhead. That's Bella.
Okay.
Bella moved to Georgia. She was fun, but
Okay.
but yeah, I had sex with this girl. I mean, I even like while we were playing songs, I told her, "Look, I'm gonna throat fuck you, and while I'm throat fucking you, I want you to say your ABCs." Scott called me the next day. Did you have sex on the air? I go, yeah. Dude, we can get in big trouble for that. I was like, really? Oh, I didn't know, man. So yeah, and I still have that episode. I got it somewhere. I have like a folder of 100 episodes I did on the metal station, and I don't know which one it is. So it's gonna be like looking through a needle in a haystack. But
That's like
I had fun doing the radio show, but there were times it was a fucking headache with that program.
yeah.
It would fail on me mid-show and
Oh
shit.
yeah. Oh yeah. But no, I love seeing our listeners though, like fucking
Yeah.
branch out and do shit. It's like
I also got to say, Joseph Staub has like my favorite show now on YouTube. It's called Heavy Water. It's all about sticks. And Joseph Staub, bro, I mean, I've been a Styx fan since the 70s. And what's Joseph Staub, like 9 years old? That guy, that guy knows way more about Styx than I do. And I've been a fan of them for decades. And it's
yeah, but don't say that because I want people to listen to a show though.
no, it is only going out to the people with good taste in music.
Oh, okay.
Check out Heavy Water. It's on YouTube. Or Heavy Water 77, I believe it's called. I was on one of the episodes. I had a lot of fun. And yeah, they're pretty much done with the classic era Styx. So they're going to go into the Tommy Shaw. Well, not Tommy. Dennis DeYoung was, whatever.
You're the good era.
Heavy Water 77. I like the last few Styx albums. Check it out on YouTube. Good stuff.
Hell yeah. Fan of the week. He's been here forever. We love him. We wish him nothing but success. Check it out. Craniumradio.com. There's still a lot of good people on there. And, even though Ralph and I stopped doing our radio shows, I still think there's a market for internet radio for people who want something different than what they have. And the nice thing is, you can get that nowadays. Everybody's got a cell phone. You can get apps. You can do all this shit. You can listen to something different out there. And I'm glad people are doing it, man.
Ian, you just text me, dude.
I did?
Yeah, it says here, Internet radio is still a good thing unless you're Mark Allen Taylor. Why do you say that, dude?
Oh, that was me. Sorry. I butt dialed you.
I said it, but it was Ian that said it, and I read that by mistake. That's not cool, Ian. I mean, come on, he plays Duran Duran.
Was that was that me who put hashtag you don't need teeth to be on the internet?
Yep,
That's me.
you wrote that there. I was gonna
I'm
read.
obsessed.
I
I'm
almost,
obsessed.
I almost read that part, but I was like, oh, come on, Ian, I ain't gonna get that wrong.
Ah, shit. Well, here we go. At least I remember recording this episode, unlike the last. And I'm looking very forward. Next week, let's do a live episode. We'll start promoting it during the week so everybody knows, so everybody can join in. But I would really like to do another one where, we can talk to you guys and, touch base with you and see where you guys want us to go in the future. And, if it aligns well with what we want to do, great. If it doesn't, we're going to keep doing us. But Ralph learned the hard way. Don't pick no more tears.
Yeah, I won't do that again. I'm here thinking, hey, the fans love it when we do albums that suck. Now I'm thinking, fuck the fans.
Yeah. And if you really want us to do an album that sucks, send both Ralph and I LSD and we'll do Flesh and Blood.
At $20.
Long overdue.
Acid and $20.
All right. Well, if you enjoyed this episode, come back next week for our live episode right here at the Rock and Metal Combat. Go ahead.
Next Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, our live show will happen.
All right. Right here at the Rock and Metal Combat Podcast.
Macomagov, walk like an Egyptian.
Stay frosty.